There's going to be celebrations for Neely O'Sullivan and his team tonight, and Tim McMahon and Mike Tim O'Sullivan and Alan Duggan as well gathered inside there.
I want to wander down the Overbog Road.
Bye.
I want to, what you're watching?
I'm just watching the 2020 Carnival final. You know, that was the last normal one.
Oh Christ, that's right, yeah. That isn't that gas now, because the Carnival final is on this weekend, isn't it? It is boiled up there in Killarney now this weekend between the Sim and the Green.
Oh, that's right, yeah, it's on this weekend, isn't it? At 1 o'clock in Fitzgerald Stadium. Yeah, I might stream it there, I might watch it again, like, see who are the next Kerry Miners coming through, like, you know.
That's it, by Christ, yeah, the top two teams now, and they're all of honour now for the Carnival. Yeah, the Brindans are on top, I think. They are. They have 22, and I think the Green they have 16. Yeah, so that creep you up and tap them, boy. Yeah, the Green get this now, it'll be 22-17. And the Green have it from the last time as well, there in 2020 when they won it. Yeah, by Christ, boy. They were great holidays to the old Carnival. I mean, the first ever Carnival was 1928. Yeah, I remember my great-grandfather telling me, there was a school there above in Kerry. They went up to fucking somewhere around Mitchelstown. They went to play the CBS Clonmel. And the CBS Clonmel won it, but yeah, they said there's such a celebration after winning it that they'd never fucking won it again. Yeah, they don't have it, but and Brindans won it for the first time in the following year, 1929. Yeah, and then the first one for the Green was 1931. So Christ, boy, they're reading to the history, alright. Although the Powers got Kirkageen and Kalashnish Gilligan and all these new schools, but they were putting them to the pin of their collar there for a few years, but Christ, boy, they didn't like that at all, boy, and they're back up again, boy. They're contesting it against each other. And I want to, did you play a bit of any Carnival with the school this year yourself?
You're right. I should have made the team, like, I was good enough to make it and everything.
Why weren't you playing now? I know you're red raw useless, but surely you got you were good enough to make the school team. Why weren't you playing?
Do you know Mr. Doyle, you know, the lad who's over the football team? Well, I thought it would be kind of funny there to just take the tax and insurance out of his car and replace them with butter vouchers. Like, it was just a bit of crack, like. But he actually got pulled at the top of the school then by the guards one day, and he got fined in a day in court and everything, so I know he's kind of had it out for me since then, to be honest.
Well, Lord save us and guard us. If you do that to me, boy, you wouldn't even have legs to be kicking with.
Honest to God, like, not alone was I not allowed to tag out for games, I actually wasn't even allowed inside the wall of the pitch. Any time I came to a game, he'd tell the ref to stop and he'd make me walk out the gate again, and the game wouldn't start until I was outside the wall.
Should be a good old game, I'd say. They'll be keeping their eye out for the Kerry Miners. To the pity we're not playing, because they won't be looking down in Division 7 of the Minor County League. They won't be looking at you down there, I'd say. No, they'll only be looking out in the field in Fitzgerald Stadium. You'll have to come up with a different plan.
But you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to sit right behind where the trophy is presented. And I'm going to put myself in there. So when they're taking photos and things for the Kerry man, there'll be a picture of the fellow with the cup and the chairman and everything. But I'll be in the background. Yeah. And I tell you, boy, that'll get into the Kerry minor mild and subconscious. It will, boy. Mark my word.
That'll be a great old game, I'd say. I'll go right downstairs now, and I'm not going to bother going to it. I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to throw it on the laptop. I'll just scan it then onto the TV and we'll watch it there. It'll be fine out.
I'm going to watch the rest of this 2020 final anyway. I tell you, if the 2022 final is anything like this, between the Sim and the Green, we'll be in for an unbelievable game altogether. Yeah, now we have it, by the Sim and the Green, ancient old rivals.
Last time, I suppose we had this. We spoke. We discussed the fact that
Stadium in Killarney for this Carnival final. Tralee CBS against St Brendan's Killarney. It's a repeat of the 2020 final. We're expecting a cracker here today. Two schools from Kerry know each other very well. They would have played with each other at the county coming up along. They would have met not so long ago. Of course, as I said, they met back in 2020. So we're expecting a big game today. We're expecting a few changes on the St. Brendan's team that we heard during the week. There's a couple of possible injuries. We'll confirm them in the next couple of minutes or so. But during the week, we spoke to Jimmy Brown, the TUS Vice President. They're the kind sponsors of this event, and this is what he had to say.
Ball competitions, it's going right through all the underage grades at the Munster PPS, and obviously a big final weekend for the football teams, and another extension of this great partnership.
Absolutely, I suppose we're delighted to this is our first year involved in this partnership, and obviously the whole ethos of sport and the involvement, the importance of it to youth development across the country is very important from our point of view, and ties in with our ethos. It's I suppose schools finals like this, and particularly I suppose in the case of this particular competition and the local rivalry of Tralee and Killarney kind of coming to the fore, and even talking to some of the players there this evening, it's great to see that kind of camaraderie, but yet the edge to the local rivalry. Certainly we're looking forward to it. This is our first year, I suppose, being involved in this competition, and really looking forward to the finals.
I suppose, look, being a third level institution, it's always nice to have these partnerships. If you're trying to sway any would-be footballers or any would-be GAA players across the province and beyond, that TUS isn't a bad place to set up.
Absolutely, and I suppose from a football point of view, while we might have a reputation, I suppose, more over recent years in the hurling front, certainly we're beginning to develop on the football side as well. So we're in the final of the Trench Cup, and certainly our aspiration is to develop towards Sigerson and build a player base around that. So again, I suppose the rationale here is not primarily driven around trying to get excellent hurlers and footballers into the college. It is actually the partnership with Munster Council that will see us involved in schools across the province, encouraging physical activity and using sport as the vehicle for that. We see it as being a hugely important period, I suppose, in young people's lives, and the physical development and the future resilience that builds for life ties very much in with our educational ethos.
I know you touched on a word there, resilience, and I suppose that's something that students have really had to be, in particular over the last 2 years. It hasn't been easy for them, driving through town or driving through Limerick on a Thursday night and you see them all out enjoying themselves. It's hard not to begrudge them that time again. They really do deserve it. And look, this is a great tie-in for yourselves and for the Munster Council in terms of, the importance of having these competitions, of having those milestones for young people to look forward to, be it Harty Cup, Mhuiri, making that step onto third level. It really is important that I suppose they get to enjoy those things now.
Absolutely, I suppose the last couple of years through the pandemic, lots of different parts of our society have been very badly affected by it, but no more so than our youth. I suppose a lot of the normal experiences that they've had through school and college maybe have been very muted compared to what they've normally have been. So certainly from our point of view, it's been a great academic year to have the vibrancy of students back on campus, and secondly, and I suppose seriously also back in the secondary schools, that kind of educational bit, but building that resilience, I suppose, across from a young age on. Sport plays an important part of that, because you get knocks in life, you get knocks in the sport field, and it's being able to build the capacity to respond to those and build character around it. So certainly I think that is a very important dividend that arises from people's participation in sport, and this is part of our other rationale as to why we're involved in this partnership.
And just finally, briefly looking ahead to the final, two Kerry schools, very familiar with each other, two big footballing games, promises to be a cracker.
Absolutely, and talking to both the managements and some of the players there today, it's great to see there's a bit of form maybe for one team coming into it, but I think in days like this in local rivalries, immediate form goes out the window, and certainly there's a great game in prospect and a big crowd hitting the Fitzgerald Stadium. So certainly looking forward to it, and there's no better atmosphere sometimes in Gaelic games than what secondary school competitions bring, and we're certainly looking forward to be part of it.
Welcome back to Killarney. The atmosphere is really starting to build here. We hear the band on the far side of the field. Both teams around the pitch going through their bits of warm-ups. Tralee, CBS and St. Brendan's of Killarney. Who is going to come out on top? Who are going to be the kingpins of Munster for 2022? All will be revealed in the next couple of hours. As part of our build-up here last week, or maybe 10 days ago or so, we spoke to both captains, Cian McMahon of St. Brendan's and Armin Heinrich of Tralee, and here's what they had to say.
Tralee's Mhuiri Cup campaign to date. Look, you've had some really consistent and good performances along the way. Would it be correct to say that you have been probably the most consistent team in the competition?
You could say that. I suppose we've put up good enough scorelines over the last couple of weeks, and we're happy with our performances. But I suppose we always want more. Like, you know, we can never be satisfied with where we are. You know, we always have to look to get a better performance each time we go out. So that's our goal really. We don't really look on too far.
And look, obviously, you know, with that consistency, I suppose no chance, given the backroom team involved here, that anybody on this panel is getting complacent when you look at the opposition for a big final like this.
No, look, the management team always keep us grounded, but we're well aware of the challenge we have against the same. Their history, their everything. That we know they have a very good team this year, and they'll be coming for us. So we have to be ready for the challenge that they're going to bring.
Look, does it add any extra spice or any extra incentive when it is a team that's so close to you geographically, that's so close to you in terms of, you know, knowing those lads through Kerry setups and all the way up through the underage systems? It must add an extra little bit of special layer, I suppose, to a big match and a big final like this.
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose looking in the same end, the green, there's big history there, so there's going to be eyes on it. But I suppose for the players now and in our team, it's just what can we do to win the game. It's very like tunnel vision. Like, we're not really looking into too much opinions outside or anything like that. We're just training hard, working away, trying to do as much as we can to get the right result on Saturday week.
Look, what's the buzz around the school in the lead up to a big final like this? It must be. I suppose must be really bouncing in terms of everyone really looking forward to a big match like this.
Absolutely, yeah. You'd know it's Carnivore final weeks anyway. But look, there's a build up around the school. All right, you can tell there's a bit of a buzz around, and it's great to give enjoyment to the people around the school, especially after a couple of tough years with the COVID and everything. But look, we're representing our school. It's great. We're glad that we can give them a bit of excitement for the weekend. That's in it.
I noticed you said there after a couple of tough years, for someone like yourself to get a crack at this competition, how much did you miss it in the years when it was gone, and like, I suppose, has it given you that much more appreciation for the fact that you have this opportunity to play in a final?
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose once the COVID hit, like after we won the last one, I was always kind of saying, geez, I'd love one more now. And obviously once COVID hit, then I was kind of wondering, geez, will I get the chance? But look, this year, luckily everything worked out fine, and here we have the chance now to win another one in 2 weeks' time.
Look, obviously, we can talk about that Brendan side. It's going to be a huge challenge.
Absolutely. Look, we respect them. They have a very good panel. I suppose they've all played probably for Kerry at some stage in their development. But look, we have to be at our best to win, and that's just the way it is. Look, we respect that, and that's the challenge that's put to us. We have to be at our best to beat them, and like everything, you know, we'll give it our best shot.
Look, you obviously had the tough battle in the quarter final. Semi-final was the same, an epic encounter, but all the way to extra time. I suppose at one point you might have considered that you had the hard work done in that game, but I suppose what have you learned through those two performances heading into the final?
Yeah, well, I suppose same teams of previous years. They a lot of them have walked into Carnivore finals, but we've been everything but, to be honest. I mean, coming up against Cloches, Gilligan and Cremon, exact same place. We lost to them earlier in the year. We knew it was going to be a monster battle. Thankfully got over the line by a point, just about. And after that, you kind of think same against Bendon. Same might have the upper hand there. And I think any team that were 10 points up at half time, you might think they're home and hose. But fair play to Bendon. They kept us going till the very end. But I suppose it's a main thing for us. That's squad morale. And how close we are as a group. We got over the line, especially in extra time there. I think a lot of teams would have lied down and taken their beating, but I think it's a great show of character that we managed to fight back and win it in the end. Yeah,
I mean, look, you really did manage to dig deep, and I suppose, look, when you saw Bandon, I suppose, come with that late surge, it would have been very easy to lose the head and to drop the heads, but that didn't happen. It was a case of get in at full time. What was the message when you got back in at full time there with regards to kind of just regrouping and coming back out and not pressing any panic buttons?
Yeah, I suppose we were all a bit shocked going in at the end of normal time, whether we like to admit it or not. But I suppose it was just kind of getting our composure back a small bit. And I think the same team a few months ago might have got our composure as easy as we did that time. I think that just comes with experience and dealing with past experiences and stuff like that. So we have a great management team there, all the expertise and everything. They just managed to settle us down, regroup, and we went again in extra time, and we got a nice few scores up on the board, and thankfully we kept the scoreboard ticking and got over the line.
The buzz around the school, around any school, when there's a Munster final, be it hurling, be it football, camogie, whatever it is, it must be huge. I suppose it's no different in the SEM this week.
Oh yeah, sure, the SEM, there's always a buzz of football around the place, no matter what week it is, you know. But especially leading up to a Carnegie final, I mean, it's where every student wants to be. Coming into February there, like, it's just where everyone wants to be from there when they're the age of 13, like, you know, and you're seeing all these fellas come in. For me, it was the David Cliffords, the Darren Moynahans, Dan O'Brien's, all these fellas come in with Hogan Cups, like, and that's just where you want to be at the end of the day. So thankfully we're there now, and hopefully we can push on, maybe even win it.
Yeah, obviously these competitions had to take a bit of a pause over the last couple of years with COVID and with all the restrictions that were in place. It must be a huge sense of relief for someone like yourself to get a crack at this competition, you know, and it must be, I suppose, look, a huge honour to be leading a team out, or to be leading your school out in a big game like this.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, even myself personally, like, I was on that Fruin team, under 16 and a half, when we won it, and we went on for a McGurr final. And for it to end it so abruptly like that, just to be postponed like that, I mean, it was a real tough one to take for us personally. But thankfully, I mean, we get another chance now this year, and hopefully we can push on.
Look, obviously it's an inter-county derby. When you look at the two Kerry teams in the final, you know, Tralee are a crack inside. It's going to be a huge battle.
Definitely, yeah. Tralee need no introduction. I mean, we've been playing the green since we were 13 years of age, like, so we know exactly what they can bring to the table, and they know exactly what we can bring to the table. We know it's going to be a monster battle, and we know they've had no real test this year. Like, they've kind of swept everyone away. So we're under no illusion that they'll walk into this complainant either. So it should be a great battle, yeah. Yeah,
like, I know you mentioned it there about the familiarity between the two sides and knowing the lads on the opposition side. You know, when you have that much familiarity with a team, is it much more about just getting yourselves right at that stage then, and just making sure that you can be the best you can be?
That's exactly it, yeah. I mean, our preparations will really determine this game. The lead up to the week is probably just as important, if not more important, than the game itself. Especially when we know the green so well. I mean, it's just another game really. And hopefully if we prepare right and we have the right mentality going into it, we're in with a great chance.
Welcome back to Fitzgerald Stadium here in Killarney for this Mhuiri final 2022. Killarney against Tralee. Tralee CBS, St Brendan's Killarney. We're expecting an absolute cracker here. We're minutes away from the throw in here. The Killargan Pipe Band are over there. They're ready, waiting to play the national anthem. But before we go any further, we'll have a quick look at the two teams. Both teams have had a couple of late changes. We'll start with Tralee CBS there. In goals, they have Ben Quilter. Full back line, Ben Donlan, Jake Foley and Kieran White. The half back line then is Cullen Brown, Sean McGrath and Dara Sweeney. Inside our midfield line, they have Armin Heinrich, the team captain, and Connor Horan. And then up front, where they're looking to get their scores, Ben Hannafin, Tomas O'Donnell and Adam Sheehy. And in the inside line, the man that we've all been looking at, the speedster in there, Jordan Kissan is at number 13. There's one change there. Morris O'Connell was due to start. He scored a goal in the semi-final when he came on, but he's been replaced today by number 17, Donica Sayers, who actually started the last day and came off, but he's starting there. The man coming in there, number 17, Donica Sayers, and number 15 there is Ger Brosnan. He got 3 points against Skibbereen. Moving on to the St Brendan's Killarney team there. In goals, we've got Aaron O'Sullivan. The full back line is Cian Lynch. The full back has actually been replaced. Rian Colleran was meant to start. He got an injury there during the week. He is replaced by number 19, Tomas Clifford. And beside him is Harry Byrne. The half back line is Dara Fleming, Dara O'Callaghan and John Kelleher. Midfield line, we've got Liam Randalls and Killian O'Sullivan. And then up front, Mikey Moriarty, Keane Foley. And one other change here. Luke Connolly, number 12, is replaced by number 23, Charlie Keating. And then we go into the danger line. The line that caused so many Heartaches for the Hammies the last day out. Cian McMahon, number 13, the captain. Alex Hennigan at 14. And number 15, William Shine. They're the teams as they're going to line out. We're delighted to be joined in the commentary box by local journalist Mart Mortimer. Mart, what are you expecting from today's game?
Cracker, we're here in the most beautifully picturesque stadium in the world, I would suggest, with the McGillicuddy Reeks, etc. in the background in Mangerton. But today is going to be a test of nerve. It depends on who relaxes most, who doesn't panic, and who takes the game early doors. You would look at Tralee and say they are slight favourites. Powerful midfield partnership of Armin Heinrich and Conor Horn. Shawnee McGrath is a very capable centre back. And then up front, of course, they have Jordan Kissan and Thomas O'Donnell, who know where the posts are. Marshall O'Connell is a loss to them, but look, he'll probably come on at some stage. For Killarney, their most important line is their inside line. Cian McMahon, Alex Hennigan and William Shine. They'll be up against the Tralee full back line, and if the Tralee full back line can kind of curb that threat, then Killarney have every chance. Liam Randalls, who's carrying an injury at midfield with Killian O'Sullivan, and the half back line is pretty strong. Dara Fleming, a former Kerry minor, Dara O'Callaghan, a former Kerry captain from Kilcummin, and John Kelleher. Rian Colleran is a big loss because he probably would have taken Jordan Kissan. He can't play now. He got injured last weekend in a club game, and it would look now that the odds slightly in favour of Tralee CBS, but the day has cleared. There is a breeze blowing down to the scoreboard to the Lewis Road end, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, a couple of right good matchups here are going to be on show in the next couple of minutes. The parade is now over. We're nearly ready with the formalities. We're going to be pausing for Ron Naveen right now. We'll be back with the action after that. So there we have it. Ron Naveen has just finished the crowd here. They're expecting about 1,000 people or so. That's how many tickets were sold during the week. So a decent enough crowd. Most of them are over on the far side of the field underneath the bit of a protection that's there. Hopefully we won't get any rain today. Them clouds are hard to see up here, but hopefully it holds off anyway from every point of view, from a football point of view, from every other point of view. It looks like at the moment that Tralee have the breeze from the flags down the ground. The breeze is going to be with them. Starts, I suppose, in a game like today, Mart. How important it'll be for these young lads at a big occasion like this to get a good start?
Yeah, it'll be very important indeed because nerves play a big part. It'll probably take the first 5 or 10 minutes to sort things out, various matchups. I'm not sure whether Jordan Kissan will play at number 13. He generally likes to run at defences, so you'd imagine he might go to the half-forward line. And then again, will Cian McMahon stay inside or will he come back out? Loads of, as I said, options for the teams, but the win definitely in favour of Tralee CBS. That's also considered the scoring goal. So they'll be hoping to build a sizable half-time lead if they can, and then withstand the comeback from St Brendan's. But look, anything can happen, and I think midfield is going to be crucial as well. 4 big men in there.
Absolutely. And Chris Maguire, today's referee, the man from Clare, he also refereed the Munster Club Senior Final against Austin Stacks and Finbar, so it's plenty of experience at all levels for this young referee. He's getting ready to get things going. He's just giving a last bit of instructions to a couple of the players who are about to get underway here. The ball is thrown up and the Mhuiri 2022 final is underway, and straight away into the action are St Brendan's Killarney on the ball here, going forward here into a bit of space. Lovely kick pass down inside. Straight away they're starting to attack, starting to go through the motions here. Charlie Keating up to the edge of the D, past his man, still Keating, what a start, takes his shot. Oh, the shot isn't as strong as he would have liked. It was well saved there by Ben Quilter. Keating seemed to do everything right, then maybe ran out a bit of a gas, and the shot just wasn't as strong as it could have been.
Yeah, that was a great start. He started at midfield actually, as there's an option there for
Liam Randalls with the shot, and Liam Randalls opens the scoring here in this Kearney final. The number 8, Liam Randalls, the man from Dr. Crokes, puts that one over the bar.
Yeah, it looks like they're really up for the game, St. Brendan's. They had a chance of a goal there. Charlie Keating going through, started the move and almost finished it, saved, went back out, and a point from Randalls.
So good start by Brendan's. As we mentioned, they're playing into the breeze. We weren't expecting them to come out with the big start, but here they go in the semi-final. Of course, they were 10 points up at half time, so they are a good team to start. Now that one went all the way to extra time when they beat the Hammies after extra time, but they are a good starter team. It's keeping it going for the full 60 minutes. Seems to have been the issue in the last game anyway, and they've worked the ball in, and now they've got a free that they're going to take very quickly. Again, they're just hammering it down, trying to get a score early days, and straight away it's in as far as Shine. Shine gets a bit of space. Shine can't be given space like that. Shine turns and he puts that over the crossbar very easily.
Yeah, that was a very, very good win there by Cian Foley, the number 11, and he sent a beautiful ball into William Shine out in front of his man and popped it over the bar. A very promising start by St. Brendan's.
Absolutely. William Shine got 7 the last day out. 3 of them came from frees, and he's off the mark here today. And it's Tralee now. They're coming out of their own defence slowly. They haven't really got into the game yet. What are we, about nearly 2 minutes gone, and they're yet to kind of maybe break out their own half. Now they have a chance. That referee said that was taken too quickly, and they're going to have to go back and just take their time now. The captain, has the ball in his hands, Armin Heinrich. Heinrich, of course, already has a Kearney medal. He played back in third year, believe it or not, when he was in third year, and won the final. So he's plenty of experience. The man who played senior with Austin Stacks as well this year. So he's on a good run of form, basically, is what I'm trying to say, coming into this one. And here they are now on the ball again. Conor Horan now. Conor Horan feeds that forward as far as Kieran White. Kieran White just over the 65, and now he's won himself a free. The referee calls it back. They're slow, they're patient, but they're finally starting to make a bit of inroads.
Yeah, there's a move there that I predicted probably. I see that Dara Fleming is taking up Jordan Kassan in the half-forward line, and that's certainly a move that should benefit Tralee because he loved the wide open spaces of the Fitzgerald Stadium.
So it's Conor Horan now. Conor Horan had 2 men standing him up there, but he manages to draw the free, and he's going to take that now. And it's taking lovely diagonal ball inside, but it's well read there. Brilliantly cut out by the Brendan's defence. And now look at the oceans of space they have out here to build another attack, and they're well able to build this attack. It's Cian Foley. Cian Foley feeds that one as far as Darragh O'Callaghan, who was on his shoulder. O'Callaghan drops it though, or was he tackled? Either way, the ball goes to ground, and it's well defended. Tralee managed to turn that one over. That could have been a promising attack, but Tralee did well.
Yeah, again, Tralee looked a bit wide open there, only that Cian Foley, Darragh O'Callaghan got across, and Cian Foley just couldn't grab the ball. But look, it's early doors. I think Tralee will settle, but a great start by the Sim.
Absolutely, Ben Hanifin fists that one across, and now it's Tralee trying to get into this one. Cullen Brown now on the ball. Brown feeds that one back as far as Conor Horan. Conor Horan then feeds that one out the line. They're going to the far side of the field, trying to work it down, trying to work into a bit of space. Lovely ball there, straight through. Coming forward now is Conor Horan again. Conor Horan started this move, looks over the post, swings a boot at this. Is it going between the sticks? It looks like it's just drifting off. Has it drifted there? It has not. It's gone between the score. First score for Conor Horan in this final.
Yeah, brilliant score by Conor Horan. Again, he started that move and he finished it. A brother of Greg Horan, who was with MTU Kerry campus, and of course he's on the Kerry senior panel as well.
Brilliant take there by Cullen Brown, and again he wins himself the free. 2 points to 1 now in favour of Brendan's in this one. And now the man who just scored the last point, Conor Horan, has the ball in his hands. He's looking around to try and play this in. There's plenty of space down in the corner, but he decides to go short to Ben Hanifin now. Hanifin has the ball, feeds it, gives a little show and go, gets it back, gets the old 1-2. He's up to the 45 now, fists that one into a bit of space, and here's a chance. Are they going to put on a few runners here? Is there going to be a chance of a score? Unfortunately, Brosnan loses his footing now. Brosnan had a great day the last day out, got 3 points. On this occasion, his feet just went on for him, and he's lost the ball, and it's going to be a free out.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Ger, of course, is from Moyvan, and you don't have too many Moyvan players playing in the Connery final for the Green, but very tricky campaigner. And, he was unlucky there as the Sim attack again.
So here they go to Alex Hennigan. Alex Hennigan tries to get onto that. Was he fouled? The referee says no. He looked across at Chris Maguire, but Chris Maguire says no, play on. And now the ball has been turned over, and it's Sweeney. Sweeney feeds that back to Jake Foley. Jake Foley feeds that back in. They're still holding on to it. Now through McGrath. McGrath has it. He's 2 men in front of him. He tries to just bundle through him. Then, probably took too many steps. It was a bit harsh, but that's what happens at this level of football.
Yeah, I think they should be putting that ball down and taking the point rather than the quick one. Early scores, very, very valuable. Is this William Shine?
Or is it Keane McMahon, maybe?
One of the two, yeah. It's Keane, it looks like Keane.
And it's dropping short, though. Maybe we were putting too much pressure on him. Keane had a great day the last day out of scored 1-7. We were hoping he'd open his account, or he was hoping he'd open his account there. Didn't manage to get enough welly on it, basically, for want of a better term. But they still hold on to the ball here. Now it's back with Keane McMahon, the team captain. Goes down and has 3 men around him, but still fighting, still going strong, still holding on to the ball. Feeds that off well after the man who's there, number 19. That man is Clifford. Clifford, way up the field, he feeds it off. And they've managed to work it free in as far as Liam Randalls. Liam Randalls drew the foul, and they've got a very scoreable free now.
Yeah, really determined effort there by St. Brendan's. They're not holding back here. They're getting right. He stuck in a lot of close marking there as well on Keane McMahon, but he was able to slip the ball to Randalls, who was fouled. And now we'll have William Shine, I'd say, with the left peg, will we?
Absolutely. Here comes Shine. He's got 1 from play already. This one is very scoreable, you'd imagine, in front of the goals to get his free taken off the mark today. He gets that, no bother to him at all. And it's nice to have a free taker, I suppose. They've one on the left, they've one on the right, which gives them great versatility.
Yeah, I think the fact that they missed a lot in the quarter-final in Cremon free taking, they really have worked on it and they've improved it, but to have 2 good kickers like they have, that's a real bonus for the Sim.
It's those 2 corner forwards. We're expecting so much from the St. Brendan's Killarney team. That's where they're hoping to get their scores. That's where they got them against the Hammies in the semi-final. But Tralee CBS will be doing their best not to let the ball go in as far as them. Now they have the ball themselves to McGrath. McGrath has a man in front of him. Decides to go back inside, holds on to that good ball inside into a bit of space, and now it looks like Tralee are starting to motor. Nice couple of solos there as far as Ben Hannafin. Ben Hannafin now looks up, heads up football he's playing. He has support. He has that support from Brown. Brown has it now. Brown takes a touch and gives it back as far as Daniel Sweeney. Sweeney then feeds it back as far as Kassan. Kassan, he's got great pace. Here he gives a little side step. Is he going to go? Unfortunately, the road in front of him was closed, but he had to feed it off. He wins himself a free. But there you can see he wants to open up. He wants to go. Just hasn't got the chance just yet.
Yeah, once he opens those shoulders, the similar to be very, very careful. He almost got it, but he was body checked. He almost got the return there, and if he did, he was straight through the middle. A real threat, but so far so good for the Sim. We're 7, nearly 8 minutes in, and they haven't conceded anything as Heinrich takes the free.
So Armin Heinrich, he's just outside the 45. This man has plenty of experience, as we said. This one just doesn't go as he would have liked, and that goes to the left and wide. He won't be delighted about that. This is an under-19 competition. We can't be holding these to the same standard as the senior men, in fairness. And a 45, I don't mind looking on screens, but still a fair distance out.
Yeah, and as well as that, remember, he's won a county championship, a senior championship, a senior club, and he was in the final of the Munster Senior Club Championship with Stax.
Now Fleming on the ball. Fleming feeds that forward. Tralee, they haven't given up on this one. It feeds it forward. Who's onto this one now? It looks like Hannafin. Hannafin feeds that back out, and they're still on the attack. The shot is coming in. Is this Jordan Kassan? He puts that high. Does he put it accurately? The man goes to the white flag. The umpire picks up the flag, and it's gone over the bar. And Tralee get a nice score to keep them in touch in this one.
Yeah, that was lovely. But again, Ben Hannafin is picking up a lot of we call dirty ball, and he gave that ball in to I think it was Jordan Kassan, wasn't it? And he put it over the bar. But look, things are levelling up, things are evening up. Both sides are now settling, and from here on in, we're going to have a good game.
3 points to 2 coming up on 9 minutes in this Carnivore final. And it's Tralee who have had a bit of a purple patch over the last 5 minutes. Now they're charging forward. It opens up again. It's Jordan Kassan. We mentioned he's got pace to board. Takes a shot in the left. Not the strongest shot in the world, but it was well saved. It still had to be saved. Aaron O'Sullivan was behind it and pushed it out for a 45. But again, Jordan Kassan, he is dangerous.
The threat of Jordan Kassan, we spoke about it in the previews. We spoke about it. It was there for every game I was at this year. It was there to see. He's got lightning pace. He knows where the goals are. And that was a good save by the keeper. Probably advanced and deflected around the post. But he's a threat, and the Sim will have to watch him, and Noreen Colleran to keep an eye on him.
A big threat. That man has got pace to burn, as we've mentioned. He's won under 16 and 17 All-Ireland medals, so everyone knows about his pace. He's just trying to stop it is the hard thing at this stage, but it's going to be a 45 now. It's going to be taken by Armin Heinrich. The last one didn't go as he would have liked. This one is slightly closer in and a bit more central. He'll be hoping to open his account Armagh got 1-1 the last day out against Skib. Here he goes with this one in front of the goals. They're going to try a different strategy, or is he going to go for it? No, he's going for it. This one definitely has the distance. Does it have the accuracy? No, it doesn't. It goes out to the right and wide. But he's learning from every one, you could say. The next one, that's too. Will he get the next one?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's eyeing up the target, and that wasn't too far away, in fairness to him. There's a contrast of styles there. I see that Tralee are kind of working the ball in as they go again.
Absolutely, they go again. Tralee are all over Brendan's at the moment. Brendan just can't get out of their own half at the moment. Now it's Heinrich again. Ironman Heinrich, who took the last 245s, feeds it outside. Is there a chance of a score? It's difficult enough angle out there. They're holding on to it. They're recycling it. This is coming out from the outside, the right boot. That's coming in over the bar. That will be the score there if it goes over. Yes, it does. Good score there from Tralee. And that puts them another point to the good.
Yeah, it looks like Conor Horton, but I couldn't swear to it. It looks like him number 9, I would imagine. But a beautiful with the outside the boot, but set up beautifully. No sim player within sort of 5 to 10 yards of him. They'll have to tighten up.
3 points apiece. We're going to give that one to Conor Horn, his second point of the day, and a beautiful one it was with the outside of the right boot. And now Brendan's are back into this one. They hadn't won the ball from their own kick out for the last maybe 4 or 5 kicks, and they had been under the catch. But now they're out. Now they're trying to get the ball down the field. Now they're trying to get a score, and they've worked it down here, down as far as Foley. Foley plays a soccer style. Oh, lovely pick up by Foley. What a touch there from Foley. He's gone past his man. He looks at the post. He is fouled there. Got it from both sides. Picked up the ball there, very odd. The skill on that was phenomenal. Went past a couple of men and was taken down for a fairly scoreable free now.
I know he's a pretty good soccer player, Cian Foley. We were talking about the Gaelic version today, and he got a fair rap there, I can tell you. He'll feel that. He's a very influential figure. He actually kicked the winning point in the quarter-final against Niskelliga back in Cremon when they were in deep trouble and they needed somebody, and he did the business. So, look, he's a fine player, and William Shinow will have a chance to actually restore the Sims lead. 3-all, it's pretty low scoring, but the tackling is intense. The difference between the sides at the moment appears to be around the middle, where Heinrich and Horn are doing very well.
And Kieran White received a yellow card there for his big tackle on Cian Foley. Cian Foley's father, of course, James, was a selector under Peter Keane there with Kerry in his time in charge. But here we go now. William Shine, he has 2 already, one from a free and one from play. This one is very scoreable, you'd imagine, on his left foot. He's taking his time. He's taking quite a number of bounces here, but we're expecting this one to be given the white flag. And yes, it is very easy for him. He's up to 3 now for the day. But when Tralee get the ball, they're just not getting enough of the ball in the last few minutes, because when they do, when Killarney get the ball, they're just maybe not getting it enough, because they are dangerous when they get into that forward line.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, that inside forward line and Cian Foley, of course, at centre forward, they're very, very dangerous. The trouble is that Horn and Heinrich and Ben Donlan, they're getting a lot of loose ball around the middle of the field, and they're setting Jordan Kazan, etc. up, and that's a problem for Killarney. They'll have to sort that out. But at the moment, Killarney will be quite pleased with where they are. They're in front, and if you expected that this early.
4 points to 3 here, just 13 minutes gone in this one. And Tralee are just playing the ball over and back, but they've lost it now. They've lost it, and Brendan's have it again through Fleming. It's a little kick pass inside, and they're starting to build now. Here's a chance for Brendan's. They're on the attack. They're up as far as Killian O'Sullivan. Killian O'Sullivan gives it on to Shine. Shine looks like he's fouled, and yes, he was. The referee decided he was fouled there. Shine, he's a bit farther out than he was. And that's actually moved on. Makes it 10 times easier. And is Shine going to take it himself, or is he going to give it over to McMahon is the only question here, because whichever one of them takes it, you'll imagine they'll put this one over.
Yeah, Shine's going to take it. He did the spade work there, as the man said. What I noticed about Tralee is that their ill-discipline at the back is going to cost them. They're giving away frees. They're getting close. They're hitting hard, but they're not doing it properly. And Shine and Cian McMahon will put the ball over the bar, and this is a chance now to put 2 between the sides. Not good defensive work by Tralee.
This should be an easy one for Shine. He's got 3 already today, and we can make that 4 now. As Mort says, if you keep fouling them in them scoring positions, he'll put them over all day. And it's keeping Tralee keeping Brendan's in this game, because Tralee, when they do get the ball at the other end of the field, they are very dangerous as well with the likes of Jordan Kazan. So here we go with the kick out again. Ben Quilter goes short with that, where they hold on to possession, wins the free there. Slightly dangerous going this short, but when you're winning the ball, I suppose you're getting away with it. Now they work the ball out. This is something we saw a lot of them do in the semi-final as well. Work that one back there as far as Cian Lynch. Cian Lynch feeds that one across as far as O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan doesn't manage to get that the first time, and is William Shine going to get in there? Is it Foley now has it? Foley has it. Sorry, it is Shine. I was right the first time. Shine goes past his man. He's over the 45. Shine head is up. Shine is still going forward. That solo maybe didn't go as far as he would have liked. He has the shot in his left foot. Manages to control it. The solo wasn't perfect, but the shot over the bar was.
Yeah, that again. You'd imagine with the midfielders that Tralee have, they should be kicking it long. That was a short ball, smothered. Eventually the ball went to Shine, broke through the middle. He had goal in his mind once he passed the final defender, but he decided discretion was the better part of valour, put it over the bar. But look, it's double scores. There's half the first half gone. No water breaks, of course. And we're looking at St. Brendan's dominating at the moment.
Absolutely. Much to, I suppose, a lot of people's surprise. Colin Brown now has it for Tralee. Tralee on the ball again. They're trying to get it up and going. Ben Hanifin is back there fighting hard. He's won himself a free, but the referee says you have the advantage, do with it what you will. At this stage, Colin Brown gets it again, fists it back, and they are being very slow and lethargic, building the ball out their own defence, considering they do have the breeze. They do have a couple of big men inside. Their strategy at the moment just seems to be hold on to the ball as much as possible. Colin Brown then bursts past the tackle there and holds on to it, and he's going forward. There is a bit of space in front of him. He goes forward and they kick the ball long inside, something we've been suggesting they do all the time in as far as Brosnan. Brosnan gets it on the second attempt, still there, still Brosnan in a bit of space. It opens up outside him, feeds it outside. They have a couple of men over here. Is there a chance of a shot? Oh, the foul come in there. He gives a bit of a fist bump. Delighted with himself there. Thomas O'Donnell wins a free. And this one won't be the easiest free in the world, but still pretty scoreable.
Yeah, I'd say Jordan Cassan might be taking this. We'll see. No, it's not, I don't think. But yeah, that was a well-worked free. And again, once they put the ball in direct from the halfway line, they look dangerous. It's when they try to work the ball through the lines that they lose it.
And it is in fact Jordan Cassan who's kicking this with the left. It looked awkward enough, but it goes between the posts, and Jordan will take that. He's got two today, and it was actually Sayers who won that last free. He did a lot of donkey work, got on the ball. Jordan Cassan took the free and put it over the bar. Yeah, Jordan is very, very dangerous, and you must have a free taker, and Jordan is their free taker. And at the moment, you would have to say that Tralee are just hanging in there. The Sim have had the better of the opening exchanges in the first quarter, but a long way to go yet as they attack again. Here comes Hannigan for Brendan's. Here comes Hennigan. Hennigan is over the 21. Still Hennigan. It's opening up for him onto his right foot. Slows things down, calms himself, and puts that over the bar. Alex Hennigan. He got 2 points in the semi-final. He has one today. Yeah, pace. It's like Jordan on the other side. John Cassan. He got that. He skinned his marker, got through, and took his point, which is the absolutely right thing to do. At the moment, 7-4 for the Sim. Their connection or their management will be very happy. Oh, and that's gone over Killian O'Sullivan's head, and it's Jordan Cassan now in a bit of space. Jordan Cassan, who's all over the pitch in fairness to him. He has the ball now just outside the 21, fancies his chance on the left foot. That was always going to be difficult, and it goes to the left and wide. But Jordan Cassan is trying to pull himself into this game a bit more. He is dangerous every time he gets the ball, but that one just didn't go his way. Yeah, Jordan is trying to do the David Clifford on it with those type of shots, but he's a really talented individual, and to be honest, he's keeping Tralee in it with his scores along with midfielder Conor Horn, but some of the other lads haven't really got into it yet. So Tralee, they had a game plan obviously, but I'm not too sure that their style is different today. They're playing the ball laterally and they're not playing the direct ball. I think if they play direct ball inside, they'll do better. But Thomas O'Donnell on the edge of the square. Mikey Moriarty failed to control that one there for Brendan's. Gave away a line ball, and now Tralee have the ball in an advanced enough position. They've worked it over there now as far as Sweeney. Sweeney goes back as far as Horn. Horn has 2 points already today. He looks up around him, goes past his man. Good strong run and wins himself a free, but he keeps going. He's over the 45 now, looking for some support. The referee says, no, you're not getting any advantage. You go back out the field, and it's going to be a free. But it's probably going to be too far out from a scoring point of view, but again, shows impetus from Tralee. Yeah, and shows midfield again. While Armin may not be on the ball as much, Conor Horan certainly is. He has 2 points to his name already from play, and he was fouled there. And he was fouled there, and he's going to take this himself, I think. And Liam Randall's got a talking to there. He didn't get a ticket or a yellow card from what we could see from here. We did get a speaking to. And here comes Conor Horan now trying to steal there a few yards. The referee says, no, you're outside the 45. That's where you'll take it from. He's going to steal the yards anyway, I think. And he goes with the shot out of his hands. And he puts that one over the bar, which is a pretty good score from him. Out of his hands. Not easy. Put it over the bar. 3rd point today for Conor Horan. Yeah, well, anything that William Shine can do, Conor Horan can do. And I don't think Conor would be a noted scorer. He can get his couple of points during the game, but all through the campaign I don't think he was their top scorer. Obviously Jordan Cassan. They're missing the influence of Maurice O'Connell today. He'd be taking frees for them, but he may come on as the play continues now with the sideline ball. 3 points already for Conor Horn. He got 3 points the whole game in the semi-final. He's already equalled that record as it looked like Tralee were on the attack again. That one is just overhit and it eventually goes harmlessly wide, and St Brendan's of Killarney will be hoping to try and win this kick out. It's very much about whoever has the kick out. They just can't seem to get out their own maybe 45 in this game. A little bit like another 14 or 16 game nearly at this stage.
Yeah, well, it's the press that's on, and it's the attack. See, this is kicked out over the line now. Errors that happen in big games, and it's 20 minutes in now, so they've got to eliminate the errors out of their game. Turnovers are a killer in any game, but particularly in a college's final. As we hear the Tralee support down there, drums as here comes Hennigan again, Alex.
Hennigan is flying. He got that point already. This man has got pace to burn. Plays that ball inside. Plays it inside. It's Keane McMahon. Keane McMahon, the team captain. Oh, he just seemed to... Was there a tackle? Did he miscontrol the bounce? Hard to see from here, but it ended up hitting off his own thigh, I think, and going out. It's out for a 45, though, the umpire has decided. A strange looking signal there for a 45, but I think that's what he's given there anyway, 45. So he's saying the defender got a hand in there. Now it looks like referee Chris McGuire is going in there to have a chat with him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, it looked as if it should have been a wide.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's correcting him, yeah. Keane was looking for a free, I'd say, and he was possibly unlucky as well. But the fact that he's getting through in those positions will probably work in his favour later on. And as I said, the goals down below is generally the scoring goals. It's probably a myth, but it's in fellas' heads, and we'll see how it goes. And again, Tralee, the slow build-up. Look, hand pass to hand pass to hand pass, and it allows the sim to, as we see there, to turn ball over. I'm surprised at Tralee the way they're playing.
So the send back, have it again. Here they go, forward again with the ball. Plenty of space in front of him, driving out of his own defence. And he's won himself a free. The referee says play on, though. And out of a scoring chance possibly on the far side of the field. Hennigan has it. The referee says, no, I've given you as much advantage as you're going to get. We're going back for a free from around the 45 for St Brendan's of Killarney. They are leading this one 7 points to 5 after 21 and a half minutes gone in this one. They go back, hold on to possession there through Fleming. Fleming feeds that one forward. They still have the ball here at 2 points, so they'll be very happy with how this first half has gone. As far as Keane Foley, who's been decent in this game so far, Keane goes past his man, then decides to cut back in again, holding on to the ball again. Possession has been huge in this game. Both teams are really doing their best to protect. The lovely ball there from Killian O'Sullivan outside the right boot. Lovely ball into space. The mark is called. He goes forward though, doesn't decide to take it. That man there is Mikey Moriarty. He feeds it outside to Keane McMahon. Keane McMahon thought about passing it, then goes back as far as Hennigan. Hennigan already has a point today. Good defending there again though by Tralee. Just not letting it go any further. It looked like Brendan's had a chance of a score. A great defending by Tralee.
Yeah, and it was a centre half forward, Thomas O'Donnell, who was back there doing the spade work and doing the dirty job, as it's called. And Tralee are on the warpath again, and there's O'Donnell with the ball. So I'll hand it back to you.
Started the move there, and he's keeping the move going. Now it's Jordan Cassan. Jordan Cassan's out by the 45 or so. They'd like to see him a bit closer into the goals. They're still going forward here. Big tackle there. Liam Randall doesn't look happy with that one, but he's going to get another talking. We got a talking to a while ago but didn't get a card. Or is that Sean McGrath? There's so many of them now with almost the exact same haircut. I think that might be number 6, Sean McGrath. Or it's not. I was right the first time. It is Liam Randall. He got us speaking to a few minutes ago, and that time he pulled down his man as he was going through, and he gets himself a yellow card.
I think that was that Kieran White, the cornerback that's up in the forward line. It might be he was dragged down, and those type of frees with Conor Horn around, he'll be expected to put this over, and you've Jordan Cassan with the left peg, and I think it's Jordan that has the ball. He's got the white gloves, hasn't he?
Right, yeah, that's Jordan with the ball in his hand, and I think you're right, it is Kieran White on the ground getting a bit of attention, so he's the one who put his body on the line and won that free. Yeah, and it looked like it was the other side that, it was Brendan's who turned over the ball, but they lost it again, and good work by Tralee to get the ball down, and they look threatening every time they go inside the 45. It is number 4, God bless my eyesight. Fair play to you, Mort, well spotted from a good 250 yards away. Now here comes Jordan Cassan. He's about 30 yards away on his left foot. Looks calm, looks collected, but he's put this one. Again, my angle isn't fantastic, but the umpire saw much better than I do. He puts up the white flag. That's the third score of the day for Jordan Cassan. He's got 2 from frees and 1 from play. Yeah, and it narrows the gap now to 7-6, just a minimum between us. But that was self-inflicted. It was a poor foul, and as a result, he picked Liam Randall picked up a yellow card. He doesn't need a yellow card in the first half of a local derby. No, you do not. Dara Fleming now on the ball for Brendan's going to cross the field again. They're holding possession. They're kind of copying Tralee at this stage now, holding possession, working really hard to get the ball out their own 45. That pass was dangerous, but it's got there. John Keller got onto that one and won it and gives it across to Killian O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's in a bit of space. He gives it to Charlie Keating, who was very prominent in the first minute or so, had a goal chance. Hasn't really got much of the ball since. It looked like there was a push in the back there. The referee agrees with me, I think, or as he said, it's a line ball. Either way, it's going to be possession for Brendan's here.
Well, you could say Charlie Keating was on the mark there. His dad is the golf pro in Killarney, so I'm sure he knows about birdies and eagles, etc. He wouldn't mind putting one into the net today as Derek Callaghan, former Kerry minor captain, goes forward.
Brilliantly taking a 1-2 there by Callaghan. The current Kerry under 20 gets it back. He's bending his back and eventually gets that one up and goes back across the field. And Killarney are trying to do something here now through Jordan Kelleher again. Lovely delicate pass inside into the corner, into plenty of space, and they still hold on to possession there. It's Keane McMahon. He's yet to score today. He's been trying all day and he shoots. He's on his back foot shooting that one. His feet did look good as he took that shot. And does he get it between the posts? No, he doesn't. He did look slightly, I suppose, under pressure, but he did seem to gather himself, but he shot, unfortunately, from his point of view, wide.
Yeah, and he seems to have changed. He seems to be playing in the 15 role as opposed to the 13 role, and we see William Shine is out here and on this side, the number 15. So they've changed corners, but that should have gone over the bar, and a turnover here out over the sideline. Here comes my golfing friend again.
Quickly taken there by Keating. We've seen that a few times now. Kick-outs just go straight out over the line. But it's Brendan's now. Killian O'Sullivan who has it. Seems to pass it to himself there when it gets it back. And now they have it as far as Hennigan. Hennigan already has a point today. He's on the 21. Feeds it outside. He has a runner on the shoulder. That runner looks like Foley. It wasn't. In fact, it was Shine who looked very similar. They give it back across the field. They hold onto the ball. Driving forward here. The shot coming in from Moriarty. Moriarty from the top of the D. The very minute that left his foot, he knew it was gone to the right and wide. He's not happy with himself. That's the second or third time we've kind of seen him. And his emotions maybe get the better of him. He kicked his flag there on the far side of the field a few minutes ago. And this time he kicks that one wide.
Yeah, Mikey Moriarty, he's from Beaufort. I think his father was the Beaufort and Mid-Kerry keeper for Yonks, just retired a year or two ago. Could be wrong there, but there's so many Moriartys in the gap up there in Beaufort that he's actually one of them. So wide, he'll be disappointed with that, but he's a very good player.
Thomas O'Donnell working hard in the far side of the field, managed to get a toe in that almost soccer style, knew the challenge was coming in, knew if he got a touch in it the tackle was coming in. It looks like it was over there. Sean McGrath put in a late tackle on him, and Thomas O'Donnell has won himself a free inside the 45 over in the far side of the field. And O'Donnell, he's Kerry under 20 this year, obviously, a Kerry minor back in 2020. He got 2-3 against Skibbereen, but maybe he hadn't been in the game enough from a Tralee point of view today.
Yeah, maybe not, but he's a very experienced campaigner because he's actually played in the county junior final with Castle Gregory. As this one is unleashed, that looks like Jordan again.
Oh, Jordan again, he's not having the best day maybe from play. That one goes to the left and wide. He has 3 already today though, and it's St. Brendan 7 points, it's Tralee CBS 6 points. So I suppose that is the main thing from the score point of view. This one goes short. We've seen a few little mistakes from both goalies today, and now it looks like we're on the attack here with Tralee. And there's a foul there again. We talked about self-inflicted injuries a while ago. That's another one. Brosnan got the ball, and now it's going to be a free in.
Why would you hit the ball short like that? Your man is it's something that they haven't been doing all year, I don't think, and now they've given it away, and they've given a great chance of an equalising score for, it's Conor Horn that's taking it for the green.
So Conor Horn now looking for his 4th point of the day. He looks very composed with that one. He puts that one over as if he's kicking outside in his own backyard. That's his 4th of the day now. He's got 2 from play and 2 from frees, and it's 7 points apiece here, which is maybe hard to believe, I suppose. It's been a strange kind of game. If you have the ball, you're on top base. It seems to be the long and the short of it.
Yeah, it's a typical derby game. Look, another free. I mean, really, and he's experienced. Ben Quilter, his brother was the captain of the team in 2020 and played with Stacks as well last year, or 2020, yes. And look, they're wasting a lot of possession, the same with their kickouts.
Now it's Cullen Brown of Tralee on the ball, feeds that one back and they're holding on to it back around their own 45, and just as I say that, was a wayward pass and looks to be jived on. Sean McGrath dived on it, but he didn't manage to pick it up, and now it's gone back as far as Ben Hannafin, and they're coming forward here. Here's a chance maybe. Again, the ball is just hacked at, but it's hacked backwards almost. Is this one to get to the line? Yes, it does. That one, he kicked it forward, it went back over his head almost, and back out for a 45.
Yeah, that's sloppy play, and I think the goalkeeper is going to take this one. He's making the trip up. That's the the Tralee keeper, Ben Quilter. Ian O'Sullivan was the keeper I was talking about a while ago. I was talking rubbish. But Ben Quilter, of course, is Sean Quilter's brother, who kicked all those scores for Tralee CBS and has played with Stacks and played in the Munster final against the Bars with Stacks.
And
so that's how good these guys are. From Kerry.
Yeah, they're all good in Kerry. He was the captain in 2020 when they last won this championship, and that is a lovely kick. We haven't seen too many exceptional kicks here today, but that was definitely one of them. Good score for Ben Quilter. It was worth him coming out up the field, and he put that one over the bar very easily.
Yeah, well, the brother kicks him with the left, he kicks him with the right, so you can imagine the back garden in that house and the neighbouring windows with those boys practicing. Brilliant point.
8-7 here now, and it's that man Charlie Keating. Charlie Keating puts that one down as far as Shine's out in front of his man. He hadn't got the ball for the last 10 minutes or so, but now he has it. He's into the D, he's over the 21. Here he goes, this shot, an awkward looking shot. It seems to just be too high for him to throw a leg at it, and it goes to the left and wide. He did really well to come out, skin his man, but the shot just wasn't as, I suppose, precise as he would have liked.
Those scores have to be taken, in fairness. They're the ones that may cost them at the end of the day, as here comes Tralee again on the attack. I'd say it's number 10, Ben Hannafin. Yeah?
Ben Hannafin feeds that back inside, and Tralee hold on to this one. Tralee are a point up in this one, 8-7. They haven't played their best football. You could argue maybe Brendan's are on top of the scoreboard, doesn't lie. 8-7 in favour of Tralee, and Tralee now are going again. They were the favourites coming into this game. They breezed through their campaign, more or less like no one laid a glove on them the whole way through this one. They have a challenge here today. They're only a point up, and they're a bit of dilly-dallying going on there midfield, and it's Alex Hennigan. He comes the whole way back. He's 14 on his back. He wants to win a Carnivore. He did brilliant there, and that is inspiration. That's nearly as good as a score.
Yeah, and it's the man who played so well earlier, Kieran White, caught in possession there. Surely one of his teammates should have shouted, man on, man on. They didn't, and he was dispossessed, and here come the sim again, trying to level it up. Charlie Keating with the ball, trying to level it up as we enter added time.
The ball is driven inside. He was looking for William Shine. William Shine looked to have a man all over him, done. It goes all the way in and collected there pretty easily by Tralee as they come out again. As we mentioned, they're just gone over 31 minutes, 8 points to 7 in favour of Tralee CBS, and they have it back inside their own 21 / around the edge of the D. Actually, they play that one back outside there. They do very much like playing this short possession football, and it is working for them. They're a point up. They maybe could be further ahead, and it maybe is sometimes a little bit frustrating to watch when it does break down, but that one is laid inside and brilliantly defended back there, and it looks like Brendans of Killarney are going to try and build from there through Keane Lynch. Now they're coming. Now they're trying to give a little go on the shoulder, give it and go, and they've worked it up as far as O'Callaghan now. O'Callaghan started this move initially. Now he has it. He's over the 45. He has plenty of space in front of him. He does look a little tired, but he lays it out to Keane Foley. Keane Foley takes the shoulder, rises the tackle. He's into the square, takes the shot. Brilliantly saved though. Brilliantly came out there by Ben Quilter. He scored a point a minute ago, and he saved his team just there.
Oh, that was excellent. Great goalkeeping advanced. He saw the danger. He knew that Keane Foley had the legs of the defender, and going through there could have been a goal, and it would really have been a really inspirational score coming up to half time with his side a point down.
Oh, them crossfield balls outside the right boot there are brilliant. Jordan Gassan went for one there, but when they don't pay off like that one, it doesn't go well for your team. And now his team are under pressure as it looks like they're going forward here. Chance for Keane McMahon to open his account. Keane on his right, Keane with his shot, and again well saved there. But it's going to go back. It's going to go back for a free. Keane McMahon hasn't scored yet, but he's done everything else. He's really throwing everything he has. He's leading by example as the captain. Still yet to score, but that was a great effort.
Yeah, that's the first time he really got going. And when he does, he's so dangerous. He got that ball. The defender was hanging out of him, pulling the jersey. Thought the referee might blow it earlier. He didn't. He left him go ahead, and he went for goal. It was turned behind, and we get a 45 instead. And it's going to...
William Shine knocks that one over for his 6th of the day. So 8 points apiece here in Killarney in this Carnivore final, and we're expecting the half-time whistle to go anytime. In fact, I think it might have just gone the way all the players are heading for the corner. Yeah, that's it. So it's 8 points apiece. It's is there a bit of afters here on the pitch? A couple of the midfielders involved there, pushing and shoving. Not a huge amount in this, as you'd expect in a derby, I suppose. No one wants to give up anything. No one wants to be even first off the field at half-time, it looks like. I think that has calmed down now. Chris McGuire, the referee, is in there just saying, lads, relax, you've another half to go. Save the fight for the second half, but I think they've calmed down a bit now. 8 points apiece. The game, as we've mentioned a few times, it's been a little bit odd. As you said, you'd expect it from a derby, but 8 points apiece. Who would be happier, or is there a couple of cards coming here first in the middle of the field? We might get a shot at that in the middle.
I think Killian O'Sullivan, the number 9, the midfielder of St. Brendan's, has been spoken to. And is it Conor Horn that's out there with him? Black he would be in opposition, direct opposition with him. They may be the two that are involved, but yeah, it was an altercation at the final whistle, and they kept it up, I think, and the referee said, look, a yellow for each, I'd imagine, will be the result of this. Yes, yellow
right.
for each, and it's number 6, I'd say, on one side, isn't it? And number 11.
I think it could actually be Conor Horn there for Tralee with that card, and 19. 19, who we said came on at the start, Thomas Clifford, also with that yellow card.
Yeah, they're the two that got the yellow. But back to the game, half time, it's even Steven, it can't be separated. Very good start by St. Brendan's. They control matters to look dangerous on the attack, and Tralee were fouling. William Shine was punishing them. They went 6-3 up midway through the first half, but they allowed the Green to come back in typical fashion. Conor Horn and Jordan Cassan doing the damage there, and they eventually went 8-7 up, but just before half time there, William Shine has kicked another point. I think, is that 6 points he's got? Something like that. So look, it's there, it's in the balance. I like the way Killarney are playing. They must just cut out the errors. They've kicked a few balls off the line, a few short kick-outs that have gone astray, but overall it's delicately balanced, delicately poised, and it depends now what happens in the third quarter. And while Tralee are a good second half team, in the extra time down in Mallow, St. Brendan's proved that they can come back as well.
So the half-time score here in Killarney is St. Brendan's Killarney 8 points, Tralee CBS 8 points. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with full coverage of the second half. Welcome back to Fitzgerald Stadium here in Killarney for this Mhuiri final. It's 8 points apiece. St Brendan's of Killarney 8 points, Tralee CBS 8 points. The game is about to get underway for this second half. We're keeping an eye out there for any change. If we can see any, we'll bring them to you as we get them. There hadn't been any board or go up just yet, but we'll keep half an eye on that. If you're just joining us, of course, William Shine, I suppose, has been the top scorer for both teams. He's got 6 in that first half. Alex Hannigan beside him got 1, and the other point there for Brendan's of Killarney came from Liam Randalls. On the other team then, Jordan Cassan has 3, Conor Horn has 4, and Ben Quilter in goals got a very impressive 45. And the ball is up and we're on again for the second half, so we will know hopefully in about 30 minutes who is going to be the Mhuiri champions for 2022. And they're on the attack here through Heinrich. Heinrich plays that back as far as Jordan Cassan. I think Jordan Cassan then feeds that one out as far as Horn. Horn already has 4 today. He comes back inside, still has it, has a wall of green and gold in front of him, decides to go back and just hold on to the possession again. They'll be trying to feel their way into this one. It almost feels like Cullen Brown now has it. Cullen Brown feeds down into the corner. There is a bit of space here. Is there going to be an angle for a shot? Possibly not. They're just holding the ball up there. Ben Hannafin over there on the far side of the field. A hand went in and it's going to be a line ball. Looks like Ben has won himself a line ball. He's going to take it quickly. He goes back out the field again though. Back out as far as Conor Horn again. Conor Horn on the far side of the field. Conor Horn then plays that one back and they're holding on to this one. Sprayed to the far side of the field there by Dara Sweeney. And now it's Kieran White who's come up the field plenty in that first half. He has the ball. Has he lost it though? Gets it on the second attempt. He is lucky there. Oh, their tackle comes in there. The referee says it's fine tackle though. And well turned over by Brendan's there. They just stood off and made them make the mistake. And now O'Callaghan kicks that quickly down inside. He was looking to try and kick it into Keenan McMahon, but it was slightly wayward. But encouraging start from Brendan's the way they just held them back and managed to turn them over.
Yeah, there was kind of a swarm defensive operation there as there's an injury out there to it might be Darragh O'Callaghan, is it, from the same as certainly just an accidental clash with an opponent. But yeah, I think the interesting thing now will be how long will Tralee keep Maurice O'Connell in reserve. He has been injured, but he's a very influential player. He can kick points for fun, and the way the Sim are playing, it's the number 4, I think, isn't it, that's out there, injured, but he's okay as the play goes on.
I think you're actually right. The first, I think it was Darragh O'Callaghan, and he's up and ready to go again. And as you mentioned, Maurice O'Connell will be a huge addition to this team if he does come on. Got a goal the last day when he came onto the field. A bit of fighting going on over there. The sun is starting to affect our view. It's starting to affect the camera's view. It's starting to affect a bit of everything. Hopefully it goes in back behind the cloud, but we play on, and it looks like it's Brendan's who still have the ball here between the 45 and the 65. Darragh O'Callaghan, who's come into the game in the second half, coming out of the traps, flying it, and now they still have the ball here. Killarney over and back across the field as far as Mike Moriarty. Mike has it now. Has he got a bit of support inside? Decides not to go with it. Gives a little shimmy left and right. They still hold on to the ball. They still have the possession, which is the main thing. Darragh Fleming now. Darragh Fleming way up the field inside the 45. He's heading for the 21. Pushes off his man and feeds that inside. They hold on to the ball. Is there a shot coming in? That one is coming in from McMahon. McMahon puts that one. It's dropping dangerously in around the square. It's dropping. It looks like it's Tralee man who's going to get onto that. He receives a high tackle and it's going to be a free out. Keane McMahon maybe felt he had to get things going by taking the shot, but it was always going to be a difficult one.
Yeah, he kind of skied it, but it was a fair effort. I think he's more or less gone in maybe around the full forward area now, but well cleared there, knocked down to a Tralee defender, and now we have Ben Quilter getting the play on going again.
Ben Quilter looks to be very comfortable out the field as well. In fairness to him, in the first half we mentioned he got an exceptional 45. He starts to play here. He gives it to Sean McGrath, and Tralee still have this inside their own 45. It's Armin Heinrich who probably has the most possessions in this game. And just as we mentioned him, here comes Ben Quilter well out to the edge of the D. He's going forward. Niall Morgan-esque gives that. He got lucky there. There was a tackle came in, but he had given it away just in time, and they hold on to Tralee. Still have this one back inside their own defence. They seem to be happy enough to just hold it back here, which is unusual state of play. Murt is giving me strange looks for saying that, but Tralee are holding on to it now. They still have the ball, and now they spot a gap. Now they're driving through it. Just opened up there unbelievably there, like the Red Sea parting there as he just drove through, but the ball doesn't go to hand there. It's dropped, but Tralee still have it. They've managed to work this out. Now they're starting to play over to here as far as Sheehy has it, feeds that one inside. They still have it here. Picked it up on the second attempt. It's Sayers has it, gives it back out as far as Sheehy then gives it back, and Tralee again, they're just slowing things down again just when they looked like they had a bit of impetus built up. Kieran White then feeds that one back out. He gets it there as far as O'Donnell now, is he looking at the post? He has a man in front of him, but he decides to go back as far as Heinrich again. It's all just about holding on to possession, and they still have it again on the far side of the field. Past his man, driving forward here. There's a shotgun coming in. It just was slightly too low. Aaron O'Sullivan did well with that one, got up, claimed that one. It was sneaking in under the cross. There wasn't a huge amount of power on it, but it was caught there. O'Sullivan just played it out, but there was a chance of a score there.
Yeah, there was, and Shawnee McGrath started that with a brilliant run from the back through midfield. Kieran White, who certainly is playing in the half-forward line, he's not playing a corner back for sure, and he gives the ball out as Conor Horn makes an attempt there, and I think that's gone wide, Paul. But yeah, look, it's a strange game in terms of tactics wise. I've yet to figure out what Tralee are doing right now. They need to get the ball to the forward line, they need to build up a score, and they're playing the ball short passing game, which doesn't suit them.
To be fair to Tralee, I think we might have seen it there with Conor Horn. The breeze has kicked up a little bit and they are kicking into it, so maybe that is their tactic, but we'll see. Playing it out your own defence doesn't seem to answer that, but now they have it again. They've worked forward, they're up over to 21. There's a push in the back there. The push came in, he's up, he's fired up for that one, trying to make out who that is on the far side of the field, but he's won his side a free. It looks like it's over there. Is
number
it
10, is it?
Is it, or is it 11? Actually, you're dead right.
No,
Good
it's Ben Hannafin, I'd say.
You, Ben Hannafin, did very well there.
Yeah, Specsavers a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, look, they have a chance now of a free, and this will be Conor Horn. I presume they'll be taking this with his right peg.
I think it could be Jordan Kassan, in fact, though, is it? It's gone over the bar. Needless to say, it was put straight over the bar. Tralee or another point.
No, I'd say it was Conor Horn somehow.
Well, we'll see on the scoreboard. It doesn't really matter.
Number 9, yeah, it's number 9. Look, he's got the black gloves and Jordan has the white gloves. Jordan is going to do medicine, I'd say.
So 5 points for Conor Horn there, another score for him. So it's Tralee 9 points, it's St Brendan's 8 points, and it's St Brendan's now in the attack. Now they've worked it in, out in front there, brilliantly taken, brilliantly caught there by William Shine, out on the edge of the D. William has been very good so far in this game. He has 6 points to his name. He's taken this one quickly outside of the left boot. That one looked to have kind of skewed slightly, but it skewed straight over the bar. He has some confidence to be taking a kick like that. He took it quickly outside the left boot and straight over the bar.
What a day to shine, excuse the pun, William Shine. Here he comes.
As we predicted, Morris O'Connell has made his way onto the field there. Made his way onto the field for Tralee CBS, and I'll be hoping he'll make a big difference. And number 20 has also come onto the field there for St Brendan's. He replaces Liam Randall's. Number 20 there for St Brendan's, of course, is Mark O'Shea.
I think Liam Randalls was carrying injury into the game. We heard that, and he's finally succumbed. And he's also on a yellow card, remember, so they've decided to take him off. Very interested to see how O'Donnell does now. See if they come again. Is this McGrath?
We're going again. Lovely pass off. Yes, I think it was. He feeds that for the referee. Saw something he didn't like. We're going back. There was a foul there. And Armin Heinrich looks to want to take that quickly, and he has gone back. The sun, of course, is right in all of our eyes here, so you'll have to apologise if we do call the odd wrong name or number. But here we go. It's Armin Heinrich. Plays it back to Kieran White. Kieran White then feeds that back to Heinrich again, the team captain, in between the 265s, feeds that one back. And they are being patient. This is something that was definitely coached into them. This isn't something they just decided today. Here goes White again, gives that back as far as Jordan Kassan. Kassan looked like he was fouled. He's still going forward. He has 2 men on his back. Still going forward. Still up to the 14. Turns back inside. Facing this one up on his left foot, puts that one over the bar. A great individual score there by Jordan.
Sir Pellador. What a point. He took the ball on. He was patient. Armin Heinrich was involved in it. White was involved in it. Took the ball on. Knew he had the pace. Jinked inside and put it over the bar.
And now he's up to 4 for the day. He's second from play. He got 2 from frees. And it's Darragh O'Callaghan now. Darragh O'Callaghan of Brendan's puts that one down. Again, Shine is out in front. Shine has a bit of space. He's going to take on his man. Or this is McMahon, I should say. McMahon goes one way, comes back the other. Still McMahon. He's up to the 14. McMahon has 3 or 4 players around him. Thought about the shot. He's won himself a free, but he holds onto the ball and Brendan's have it. Maybe the referee could have let him play on another couple of minutes, but he said, no, we'll go back. You've got a free from the 14. This is very scoreable. And that was good work there by Keane McMahon.
Yeah, he's a very dangerous player. McMahon and Shine are obviously doing the business inside now. Keane hasn't actually scored yet. This should probably mean that he does and level it up again, but he's got a lot of ball, to be fair to him, and we've a yellow card there for a Tralee CBS defender. Number 3, their full back, I think, as Keane flicks that one over the bar. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, so Jake Foley with the yellow card there as Keane McMahon, the team captain, opens his account for the day. 10 points apiece here, and there's another sub coming on here as it looks like Luke Crowley has made his way off the field, or sorry, Adam Sheehy has made his way off the field. So we just get a confirmation
David
who actually came on. Moriarty, you're saying?
Yeah, David, 23 in for 12 there for Tralee.
So we're about to get going here again. David Moriarty has made his way onto the field, and they're on the attack here, looking good over there the far side of the field, but Tralee have managed to get this one up. There was a couple of mistakes over there, but it's eventually controlled and just worked around the edge of the D again. Again, Tralee are so composed, but they're turned over there, brilliantly turned over there by Moriarty. Moriarty feeds that one outside, or feeds it inside, and now there's a chance for Hennigan. Hennigan on the 14, turning on the 21, I should say, turning and putting that one over the bar. Great score. It looked like the chance was gone. Brendan's had it, then they lost it. They got it back, and Moriarty puts that one over the bar.
Yeah, well, brilliant work there, first of all, by Mikey Moriarty, the Beaufort player. He did a lot of donkey work, as they say, and got the ball into Hennigan, and I think Hennigan put it over the bar.
So it's kicked out again. Brendan's have them pinned in and they're driving forward here. It's Fleming going forward, he's up to the 13. Fleming is looking at the post, he wants to give it to someone, then decides to take his shot. Good strong running from the Legion man, drives forward, his right boot puts that one over the bar.
Yeah, that's a ball that Tralee should have won, they didn't, and you've got a defender attacking, and these wing backs are very, very dangerous, and Dara Fleming, Kerry Minor, he knows the time of day, he knows what to do, and he had one thing in his mind that time, and it was a point.
So we're getting kicked out here again as the sun is coming out. It's a lovely day here, maybe not ideal conditions for looking at a game because it's right in your face, but 12 points to 10 in favour of St. Brendan's, and it's St. Brendan's again who are on the attack, who again have worked it down the field, and they've actually been turned over there, and it's Tralee who have it back. Tralee again, they have been composed, they have been calm, maybe some would argue too composed and calm, and look who's out trying to get involved in the play. It's Quilter picks up the ball, takes it on the shoulder, still running forward, he's dropped it but he has support. He was very calm there as he lays it out to Moriarty, who's come onto the field in the last few minutes. Moriarty's up over the 45, takes a couple of solos but loses it at the last minute. He did get a shoulder, a silly shoulder potentially coming in there. John Keller hit him his shoulder. I think the ball had been kind of lost in possession, but now they've won themselves a free. Tralee lucky to get that.
Yeah, they were, but it was a free. But the keeper is interesting. I spoke to fullback one time about seeing his goalkeeper, how good he was, and he said, I only worry when I see him out at the halfway line and I have to go back into goal. So here comes an effort.
Shot coming there from Thomas O'Donnell, but it's short and it was going to the left and well taken there by Aaron O'Sullivan, and he goes short, and the Brendans hold on to this one. The Sems starting to come out now. The Sem, of course, topped the roll of honour, but as we heard from Murk during the week, that might be a lot down to the fact that they were a boarding school back in the day, so they're almost like full-time footballers back then, a bit like Coleman's in the hurling, and they just kept winning and winning these Munster competitions, but it's slightly changed since then. But now look who has the ball. Tralee have turned it over. Jordan Cassan. Moriarty was involved in that since he came onto the field, or Morris O'Connell I should say. Now here comes Morris. Morris got a goal the last day. Here he is now. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? He goes right in the end. Is that curling inside? It looks like it is. What an introduction he's made just inside the post. Great score from Morris O'Connell.
Yeah, they were missing Morris earlier. Morris is an outstanding player, as I said, along with Thomas O'Donnell has won a county junior title with Castle Gregory. They beat Fieries pretty well on that day when a former Simboy, I think Donegal Sullivan scored about 3-7, but he still ended up on the losing side, so that's good for Tralee. They were back to a point. It's delicately poised, and definitely O'Connell will make a difference now if they can get him in some ball.
And Aidan O'Neill looks like he's made his way onto the field there for the Sem.
Michael Moriarty is going off, I think.
Moriarty looks to have made his way off field, and O'Neill again, he made a contribution when he came on in that semi-final. He's onto the field there. He looks like he's playing around the half-forward position. The play is stopped here now for a few minutes. The referee wanted to go and talk to the sideline for a second, but now we're going again. A short enough kick out, but the Sem have it. Turned, it looks like O'Callaghan had got that, turned, gave it back, gives the little 1-2, and they're playing it back there now through O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan feeds that to the far side of the field, the man who's just come onto the field there, O'Neill has it on the second attempt, good man there, Keller was on his shoulder, Keller picks it up, lovely little left foot ball inside, down into the corner, into plenty of space, into the man Shine decides, seemed like he just decided to leave that off. It's trying to see kind of what happened there, but goes out of play, and it's going to be a kick out to Tralee.
I still can't understand the Tralee tactics. I just don't. I'm not too sure what's happening with them, because they've got two big men now. Well, Thomas O'Donnell's been well marked by Darragh O'Callaghan, but they've got Morris O'Connell up front and Jordan Cassan, and they're just not giving them the ball.
What a take there. Fantastic take by Jordan Cassani. Come all the way out the field to win that. Plays it inside as far as Morris O'Connell. Morris O'Connell, he has a point since he came on already. He has a point to prove that he should have been starting. Here he goes. Takes on his man. He's passing. He shoots low. Oh, again, just not enough power on the shot. Aaron O'Sullivan got his body behind it. But Morris O'Connell is dangerous.
Yeah, he's proved how dangerous he is. But look, he should have punched that over the bar. In hindsight, he'll think of that. He was falling as he took a shot.
And right up the other end of the field is Cian McMahon. Now Cian McMahon, the team captain, got his first point of the day a few minutes ago from a free. Here he goes, he's up to the 14 with the shot. Kind of had to shorten up his kick almost, but he manages to do enough to put that over the bar. If that was a hurler, you'd say he shortened up the grip in the hurley. It looked like there the Cian McMahon shortened up his leg almost to get enough an angle, and he put it over the bar.
Yeah, 2 points now for Cian McMahon. The second half, 1 free and 1 from play. 2 points clear, and Brennans are playing very well indeed. And I won't say they're dominating possession, but they look dangerous now. As we said, the substitution of Morris O'Connell coming on there has made a huge difference to Tralee. Jordan Cassan caught a great ball there, but that was out at midfield. He should be inside as well. So I'm not too sure. Tralee certainly are not being allowed play maybe as well as they can. The two key matchups, Darragh O'Callaghan's keeping a close eye on Jordan Cassan, and Darragh O'Callaghan is keeping a close eye on Jordan Cassan, and there's also a close eye being kept on Cian McMahon on the other side. So look, it's there for the taking. Let's see how it goes.
Moriarty goes short then, and look who's out. Ben Quilter is out again. Again, just such confidence to play out the field for a goalie. He's staying out there. This is obviously a tactic they have. I'm staying out here as long as I can get the ball.
Do you think it's confidence or madness?
Well, we'll see, I suppose, over the next 20 or so, or 15 odd minutes that are left in this game. All will be revealed on that. And now it's Tralee again on the attack. Tralee have it, working inside. Lovely little ball. Again, he's looking for O'Connell. Again, Morris O'Connell looks out the better of his man. He has it. Just manages to punch it too far forward. Show too much of it to the Brendan's man. And now it's Keller again who has it. Keller takes a couple of solos, runs into a bit of traffic, loses his footing, but the referee says play on. A lovely ball outside. It looks like O'Callaghan now. O'Callaghan has the freedom of Fitzgerald Stadium in front of him. He's looking around though. He wants to give it to someone. In fact, it's Cillian O'Sullivan. And Cillian O'Sullivan turns, gives that nice little pirouette across the field, gives a lovely ball across as far as Foley. Foley plays this one inside. It looks like as far as William Shine. William Shine now is skinned his man. William Shine bounced that. Oh, a bit of a trip looked like came in there. The referee didn't seem to see that, but it looked like Shine had got clear. The ball had got away from him in fairness, but he looked like he was clipped there with a bit of a leg trip.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how the referee didn't see that. That certainly looked on closer inspection to be, there was contact and there was a free, and William Shine, he wasn't too happy as here come Tralee, CBS.
And it's Thomas O'Donnell, who has been relatively quiet today, got 2-3 the last day out, but are giving him loads of time and space. Look at him now, up to the 14, gives it back, gets a little 1-2. This will be a real sickener for Brendans as they felt they had a goal down the other end. They're going forward here, goes through 3 or 4 men. He goes to ground and wins himself a free. And that's going to be very scoreable one again. And you could argue this is a 4-point swing in some ways.
Yeah, that was Jordan Cassan, I presume, with the white gloves again. When you see a guy in a burst like that and going so quick, it has to be Jordan. We could use him at the Kingdom Greyhound Stadium maybe sometimes as the hare, but he's very, very quick. Short one.
Oh, very short one. Now it's O'Connell with the shot. Well saved. I think the keeper was behind it as well. But it was the defender who got a block on that. They tried to mix things up there. Maybe that shows a small bit of desperation for Tralee. They feel Brendans are getting away from it. It was a fairly easy point to take, but now it's turned over and now it's the Brendans on the attack. They deserved a little bit of luck because they probably should have had a free if not a penalty at the other end of the field, but now it's Cian Foley. He's past 2 men, he's on up to the 14, he still has it, he's up to the 21 now. He goes a small bit back and then he plays it off to Charlie Keating now has it. He has a bit of support outside in Hennigan, decides like he doesn't want to use him. Keating on his left, Keating with the shot, and Keating just puts that to the right and wide, and the intensity has definitely come up in the last couple of minutes. Both sides have read to capitalise on it maybe, but definitely you can feel a real injection of energy in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, definitely. It looks to me as if the Sim are growing in confidence, while Tralee are dependent a lot on Cassan and now Morris O'Connell. The team who gets the goal now at this stage will be crucial, as there seems to be a foul in there on Armin Heinrich.
Armin Heinrich, yeah, took the foul there, took the free himself as well, and he goes back to field, back as far as Moriarty. Now Moriarty punches that one across the field into Kieran White, who's been up and down the field all day in fairness. So nice spin there, and we're away into a bit of space. Here they go, chance of a shot there potentially. It looked like he was going to look up there. It looked like Horn thought about opening the shoulders and going for the score, then he thought about it again and gave it back to the field, and Tralee just holding on to this around the 45 area. They have plenty of men across the field if they want to use a bit of support. Moriarty is waiting a bit for it there, but it goes back as far as Armin Heinrich. Armin Heinrich now feeds out to the far side of the field. still in possession. Tralee have it. They're working the ball across the field. Again, it's been a kind of a real signature of their play here today. They're not worried. They're not talking about just going through for the sake of going through. They're waiting, and now it's into the man. They're trying to get it to brilliantly defended there. O'Connell was trying to get it brilliantly read there, back there by Harry Byrne, who did a great job there. The last 2 balls have gone in. He stopped O'Connell doing what he wants to do, and that goes up the line, and it's put out of play. And again, this Tralee patience, it's working to some extent, but maybe they just need to go through them more.
No, it's not their game. They need to play it much, much quicker than that. If they're going to... the sim can drop back, they can drop extra men back, their midfielders are back, and they're making it hard, and the ball is going, lateral, back and forth. So tactically, it's not a good policy. They've got men inside who can score. They should leave it in. But credit the Sim defence. They're too clear and they're holding out, and we're almost 50 minutes gone, and at the moment, if you're a betting man, you will be thinking the Sim could very well have this.
A yellow card there for Alex Hennigan, and number 18 for Tralee has made his way onto the field. Donal Daly, to the best of my knowledge, he also played a part in the semi-final there. He replaces Ben Hanifin, so Donal Daly is onto the field here for the last 10 minutes or so. 13 points to Tralee, or 13 points to St Brendan's, 11 points to Tralee here in this Kearney-Vree final here in a sun-soaked Killarney here. And we're just waiting for the ball to get going again. It's in the hands of Moriarty of Tralee. He sees the runner, he spots him, but he doesn't manage to find him. Well read there, brilliantly spotted there, brilliantly taken out of the air almost by Cillian O'Sullivan. And Cillian O'Sullivan plays that into corner into Shine again. Shine is out, Shine has his man beaten. He's still going, still Shine. He's up to the 21, he's going for the 14. Still Shine, goes to the left boot and puts that one over the bar. He had a similar chance in the first half, he went low, didn't work out from this time. He puts that over the bar, and another score from William Shine.
And another turnover from Tralee. They played the ball, David Moriarty, intercepted by Cillian O'Sullivan. The direct long ball into the corner. Shine collects it, turns his marker. He's got pace to burn. He's an accurate player, puts it over the bar. It really is incredible to think that Tralee, who look so impressive so far in this competition, are playing like this in the final. But you'll have to say, St Brendan's have really matched up well and have been very intelligent in their play.
William Shine now is up to 8. He got 7 in the semi-final, so he's broken that record today. And now it looks like Tralee want to get going quickly, but the referee is saying no. Armin Heinrich wanted to take that one quickly, but it looks like it's O'Sullivan, who we spoke about a minute ago. I think who's down there getting a bit. It's not actually O'Sullivan. It's Thomas Clifford who's down getting a bit of attention.
Yeah, well, at this stage now, Tralee will have to make their mind up. They have about 10 minutes left if you're to allow for added time. So they've got to go direct. They can't just keep building up play, hand passing across the pitch. They're going to have to go for it. Remember, if it is a draw today, there's a replay, so there's no extra time. And the other thing is, we will have a man of the match at the end of the game if there's a winner. If there isn't a winner, no man of the match. I'm full of information.
Yeah, well, we're going again here. Here comes Tralee now. They're on the attack. They want this to be decided today. Conor Horn has done everything he can to try and make sure the cup is going Tralee's way. And now they've worked it back as far as Sweeney. Sweeney feeds that back again as far as Horn. Horn then gives that on to Kieran White. Kieran White took a big tackle there. He still has it. The referee says he's won himself a free. Good work from him. He's going to be sore and tired tomorrow because he's been up and down the field all day.
Yeah, he's a great little worker, isn't he? I mean, he's not the tallest or biggest of lads, but he's got a lot of football in him. Okay, he turned over once or twice, but that was sheer brute force from the opposition. And now we have a chance of Jordan Cassan just putting 2 points between the sides.
So here comes Jordan. He scored 1 point so far in the second half. He got 3 in the first. This one looks to be dropping. Is it dangerous? He's dropped and it's punched. And we're going to have another 45, so it's going to be farther out. Jordan looks like he might have hurt himself slightly after he took that. He's hobbling a little bit. That won't be what Tralee will want to see. I think he's going to shake it off, though. This is a Munster final. No one wants to go off injured, especially someone of the calibre of Jordan Cassan. So it's going to be a 45. And I think there's another sub after coming on there. Is it Rory O'Donnell making his way onto the field? I think we're hearing on the PA. Rory O'Donnell, number 20 there for Tralee, has made his way onto the field. And the 45 is coming in, it's dropping in around the house. It's going to be taken there by Brendan's man though, and they get out of danger again, and they're just being very, very good back there. They're holding the ship nice and tight, and they're still in this game. 14 points to 11. The keeper is way out, but I don't think it's going to cause troubles right now. But Brendan's are holding on to it. Maybe they haven't spotted the keepers out, but he's so far suppose close enough to his own goals that it won't be a bother this time. Now Shine looks like he has it. It's just over Shine's head. It was the right idea, just not maybe the right execution.
And the way that ball, went over his head and skidded right left and wide, actually. And I see the flag over the scoreboard there. That wind is a bigger factor than we can figure out up here, because we don't feel the wind. I always know at the fringe of my eyes whether the wind is blowing or not. But at the moment, I think the wind has been a factor, and we may have ignored it. And the Sim are in control at the moment. I think the Green will need a goal with about 6 minutes left.
And you can see there on your screens, Jordan Kassan is down with cramp. Probably that's the usual stretch, I suppose, for cramp. He has been involved in the game a lot. 4 points. We mentioned he looked to be holding himself a small, but after that last set piece attempt, the free attempt he had, and he's still getting stretched out there.
Sprinters, though, can be troubled with hamstrings, can't they?
Darren O'Sullivan, I suppose, a real example of that. And are we in Hennigan here? Hennigan, he has the keeper out. Oh, he hits the far near side of the post. Would the referee have allowed it? I'm not 100% sure. I think he would have. I think Quilter was completely caught off guard. Hennigan hit the outside of the post, but that was a real let-off there for Tralee.
Yeah, but it's a 45, or the referee's been called in by his umpire, and we must presume that the keeper, Quilter, got a glove to it. It didn't seem like it, but it must be. Those people at home can replay their TVs, we can't.
It didn't look like from here, but our cameraman is telling us there was a touch there from the goalkeeper and hit it off the post, but because that could be a final saving save at this stage.
Yeah.
If the goal had gone in there, it could have changed things drastically.
I think our cameraman must have been a cricket fan, because he could hear the glove from up here.
So we're going to have a 45 here now. What is the score, you asked? 14 points to 11 in favour of St. Brendan's. A lot of people were surprised by this. That one has gone to the left and wide. Yeah, we won't say any more about that, but there was a chance at the other end, a goal chance there. We've seen Ben Quilter come out a few times and he was nearly caught there. It is a dangerous tactic, as you mentioned a while ago. Genius or madness, there's a thin line.
Yeah, and Jordan is not looking very healthy. He's in the edge of the square. He was down getting treated while all of that was happening. This is a very important kick out that was won.
Brilliant move there. Ben Quilter put it straight into the hands of Kieran White. Definitely one that's been rehearsed on the pitch, in the training pitch for the last couple of weeks. He's got that now and he's fed it forward. And Tralee are holding on to this one. They need to make a bit of an inroads here. Conor Horndau is turned over. And now it's Darren O'Callaghan of St. Brendan's going forward. Still Dara gives it forward here. And Brendan, they're looking to get another score or looking to extend their lead. He's 2 men on him, but he's still driving forward. Here goes Hennigan. He had a goal chance a minute ago. Shoots on the ground. No, the keeper got behind that. Ben Quilter. He's made 2 good saves now in the last couple of minutes. Both coming from Hennigan. And both have kept his side in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. That was another goal chance. The Sim have played better. They've created goal chances. They deserve to be in front, and they don't deserve to lose that. And I might be run out of Tralee, but that's the risk we'll take. We've got to call it as we see it. Tralee are playing poorly. Ball turnover as they attack again.
Colin Brown now 2.5 minutes or so of normal time left, or 3.5 minutes I should say, coming up on 57 minutes. And who's got the ball? It's gone to ground. The referee is calling this one back actually. Players didn't hear the whistle originally, but it's going to go back for a free into Tralee, and they'll be hoping to work something out of this. A 3-point lead is a dangerous one in all levels of GA. And no more so here in a Munster final. The Kearney-Vree final is going to be taken by Conor Horn. Conor Horn goes short. They were thinking of bombing that in, I thought, but no, they don't have the bomber listed inside, so they decide to go short with this one. Even their own version of the bomber listed, Gordon Kazan, isn't fully fit at the moment, so they just have to work it in, try and get a bit of space. It's been turned over, but turned over illegally. And here's the chance now. Now they've worked it up. They're only about 30 yards out. They're 3 points down. What do they do from here?
Put the keeper up front, I'd say. That's what they're going to do there. He is running. Look, he wants the ball. I don't know. Look, do they take their point? They've still got nearly 3 minutes left, 2.5, plus maybe 2 or 3 of injury. There are 5 minutes left. I don't think they should panic yet. I would take the point, and that is it. Conor Horn, or is it our man Jordan?
Pretty sure it's Conor Horn. I'm pretty sure it is in the right boot.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It
and
is.
He puts that one over very confidently. They're both good free takers, and that's another good score by Horn. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to his name now. We're down to 2 points. We've mentioned the 3-point lead is a dangerous one. Well, a 2-point one is far more dangerous, and we're coming in to the last 2 minutes of this Munster final, this Kearney-Vree final, the height of colleges football here in Munster, and it has been an exciting enough game in Paris. There's been goal chances up and down, yet to see anyone rattle the net. We still have 2 minutes of normal time to go, so who knows what's going to happen. And the Brendans now are on the attack again. They've won the ball around the 45, kicked in there. Foley's kick is blocked though, but he managed to go back and retrieve it and give it back as far as Charlie Keating. Charlie Keating is shut down though. Tralee aren't giving up on this, they're fighting for everything, but they haven't managed to win it. The referee has decided to free into the Brendans, and it's in the hands now of Dara Fleming. Darragh Fleming already scored a point. He gives it back as far as Darragh O'Callaghan. Now, are the Stem just going to hold on to it, or are they going to try and increase their lead? It's John Kelleher now, a man who played Kerry Minor in 2021. He has it, he goes back, and still they're holding on to this. Still the same habit. Back inside their own half, working it over and back. Keane Foley now. Keane Foley puts a dangerous enough one, but they managed to get away. Oh, it's lost. It's dropped. Thomas O'Donnell went in to try and get that. The referee says he went in with a... I think he's saying he went in with a boot when he was going down on it, so it's a free out again. A couple of marginal calls have gone the way of Brendan's in the last couple of minutes.
I'm amazed how quickly they took the free there, considering they're 2 points clear and time is nearly up.
And the ball's got into Shine. Shine feeds that forward. Chance of a score here for the man who only came on a couple of minutes ago. It opens up for him. He opens up his shoulders. He takes his shot. Aidan O'Neill. That opens up. And that feels like an insurance score. Probably too early to say, but he puts it over. Now it's 15 points to 12.
Absolutely. And again, ball turned over by Tralee. Walked up along the line. And there was Aidan O'Neill who came in to put it over the bar. And another drop. And another turnover.
Oh, it's turned over here. Chance of a score. Oh, it's gone. It's gone to the right and wide. That's the second time we've seen Ben Quilter come out of his goals and nearly be caught, and it's the second time it hasn't been converted, and that would have put the icing on the cake from a Brendan's point of view.
Oh my goodness me, that's Cian McMahon, and he's a good soccer player, basketballer. He would normally find the net or the hoop, but that was game over if he put that in. We're now entering the early seconds of added time, and 5 minutes of added time going to be played. You can see across the way there. So there's still time for Tralee to make a comeback, but it looks like Killarney are holding firm.
So we have 5 more minutes to decide where the Mhuiri trophy is going this year. Brilliantly taken, pulled out of the sky, and Tralee now come on the attack. They haven't given up. Jordan Kazan now. Jordan Kazan is out in the 45, and they're still working it over. Still working hard. Jordan Kazan over the 45. Still has it. He was down with cramp a minute ago. He's throwing off all signs of that now as he goes forward, as he tries to do his best to help his school win a Munster final. Now it's Moriarty. He's over the 45. He feeds that back as far as Thomas O'Donnell. Thomas O'Donnell then gives that. Maybe the pass wasn't as brilliant as he would have liked, but Heinrich makes amends and that and gives it back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell now on the 45. Still 3 points in this. We've about 4 minutes now. We've heard 5 minutes are going to be added on. There's one of them gone already. Thomas O'Donnell now almost nonchalantly goes forward there, feeds it back outside, and they're working it, trying to create a chance of a score. Back as far as Horn, I think it is now. Horn is over there. Then he goes back around to this near side of the field. Back as far as Ben O'Donnell. And look where Ben Quilter is. He's all the way up the field again. He's not learned his lesson. He's nearly been caught twice, but here he is. He's trying to get a score from play potentially. He needs to bounce the ball. He needs to solo it. He needed to do something there. He ran right into traffic. Went way too many steps, and that was a mistake by Ben Quilter.
Yeah, desperate mistake, but look, he has to go forward. They have to throw caution to the wind. They're in trouble. They have less than 4 minutes left. But again, a point there, field to kick out another point, and it's down to the last couple of minutes. They're going for goal, and they're not being allowed through by St. Brendan's, who are in top form.
And it's Brendan's now have the ball again back inside their own half, and just as they're there, and we're hoping there won't be a score for a minute, Mark, you might give us your thoughts on the man of the match. Who is the man of the match today in this Mhuiri Munster final here down in Killarney?
Well, there have been a few outstanding performances from Killarney side from the sim. Darragh O'Callaghan has been outstanding. Killian O'Sullivan. I love Darragh Fleming. He kicked a great point. Keane Foley has been very busy, as has Alex Hennigan. But really, William Shine has been the standout performer. I think he's about 8 points scored. So William Shine is the worthy man of the match.
So congratulations to William, and he'll be hoping St. Brendan's can hold on and win this trophy. That is the big one today. He'll like an individual award, but the team award is what is here for. O'Neill now scored that point a few minutes ago. Gives that outside as far as John Kelleher. John Kelleher now between the 45 and the 21. Gives that back, and they're holding on to it. Darragh O'Callaghan holds on to this. What are we now? 62 and a half minutes. About another 2.5 to go, and they have the ball in the right position. Here comes Keane McMahon. Keane McMahon shrugs off his man. He's falling over as he hits this. The crowd like that one. The umpire likes that. That's gone over the bar. There is your insurance score. The captain leading by example. He didn't score in the first half, but now he's 3 in the second half.
Yeah, you can rely on Keane for things like that. He's a match winner. If they needed a goal, he probably would the man you'd go to as well. Go to led as a captain, and that's what you want from your captain, as Tralee try now to get it back. But 4 points with a couple of minutes, it's probably too much.
They need a major, as they say. Now it looks like they're driving forward, though. It's Ben Hanifin now. Ben Hanifin feeds that into Morris O'Connell, who was very dangerous at the start of the second half. Hadn't got a huge amount of the ball since, but now he's trying to make another score for his side. He still has it, but there's a couple of men standing up. There's 3 men in green around him and not enough men in blue with him, but he still has it. Goes past his man again, just trying to make an angle. Doesn't want to give away the ball. And now it's Jordan Kazan has it now. Jordan has it. Jordan still has it. Jordan has 4 points to his name. He goes back as far as Horn. Horn looks like he's looking at the post. He is. Horn's with his shot, and that one is drifting to the right and wide. Horn has already scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but he doesn't get to add to it there. and that was one they needed to convert.
Yeah, it's just over a minute left, and really you're looking now at victory for the Sim. They were the outsiders. Maybe they'll claim that myself and Sean O'Sullivan predicted a Tralee win. We've inspired them, but no, they've done it themselves on the pitch. Their defence has been outstanding. Midfield has been working hard, and up front they have William Shine, a man who really has performed well today, and Keane McMahon has come good in the second half. So overall, a mighty performance from the Sim, and they'll go forward against Ulster opponents now in the Hogan Cup in the semi-final, and we'll see how they'll get on. But with the scores they have, or the score getters they have, you couldn't rule them out.
But still, Tralee, they haven't given up on it. They have about 50 seconds or so, maybe 35 seconds or so even now. But they've been turned over again. That Brendan's defence has been brilliant all day. Hadn't let that off. And just like say that, do they lose the ball? But they still have enough men back. They'll be thinking to stop this going anywhere. And that's exactly what happens. The strength in numbers back there does enough to keep the ship going where it should be going from a Brendan's point of view. Here they go again, just trying to build out. Hennigan's all the way back to field. He's 14 on his back, and the ball is cleared. And there's far more men in green jerseys up the field than blue jerseys. And here's a chance now for Cian Foley. Cian Foley now has it in a bit of space, feeds a dangerous one inside. This could be a chance. Oh, but it's well defended, but it's not clear yet. It's gone to ground. The referee says that was touched on the ground. It's going to be another chance of a score for Brendan's, and this one will really put, if we already had the icing on the cake, this is surely the cherry on top of the icing on the cake.
It is, and 2 cakes with a couple of bottles of champagne as well. This is over. Obviously he'll blow after this as the ball comes out, but I think William Shine is probably going to just copper fasten why he's man of the match, and he's going to kick another point. Simple as it is.
And that gets his 9th point of the day, and he is our man of the match as well today, so we hope to have a quick word with him in due course. A good score from him though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, William Shine has done everything he can to contribute to this victory. 17 points to 12 in favour of the men from Killarney. They won't have far to go to be going celebrating. It won't take them long to get that train going, you'd imagine. That one is a lovely kick by Quilter. Lovely kick out to the far side, but again he's turned over. This is Shine again, working really hard over there on the sideline. Miles from goals at this stage, but he's looking up, his confidence is up, you'd imagine, but they're holding on to just recycling it over there the far side of the field, and there's a problem there. The referee saw something he didn't like, and it's going to be a free out. And Tralee, they're being slow to get the ball back, but Tralee need to get this. They need to work it down the field. We're into the 66th minute. We thought it'd only be 65, so this surely is the last play of the day.
Yeah, it's the last play. He might leave it go up. Ben is in trouble, is he?
Ben Quilter, he looks like he's going to get to the ball, and he's going to be the last man to touch it. There we go, there you have it. St. Brendan's, for the 23rd time in the school's history, are the Mhuiri champions. They lost the final in 2020 to Tralee CBS. They've made amends for that today. William Shine was brilliant. Keane McMahon was brilliant in the second half. Alex Hennigan contributed as well. That full forward line contributed 11 and 3, 14 points between them in that game. And you can't ask too much more of that. 17 points to 12 is how it's finished here. Mort, give us your thoughts. Sum up that game for us.
Well, I think in the opening half, both started nervously. It was always the Sim that were on top. Tralee did go 6-3 up, and it looked promising for them. Both Conor Horton and Jordan Kissan were causing problems, and we had good work as well by Kieran White. But once the Sim got on top, Darragh Callan, that half-back line, Dara Fleming and John Kelleher, they pushed forward. Killeen O'Sullivan did very well, and you'd Keane Foley and Alex Hennigan bringing the ball into the green defence, and then you had William Shine doing the rest, and in the second half Keane McMahon. But overall I would say that the Sim, they played to a game plan. They defended very well, they counter-attacked, they played the direct ball when they had to. Tralee's tactics kind of baffled me somewhat. I didn't think they played with the same freedom, or were allowed probably play with the same freedom as they had all along the way. And some of their key men, Jordan Kissan, he had problems with Darragh Callan. He had a great game on him, and there were a number of the Tralee players who just couldn't get free, and the likes of Thomas O'Donnell, that was another one that was difficult. And of course Dara Fleming did a great job in marking Jordan Kissan, and Darragh Callan took Thomas O'Donnell. So the key men, and it was only when the sub Maurice O'Connell, who had been injured all along and just could only play a bit, it's only when he came in that Tralee looked dangerous, but they turned the ball over so many times, and they were punished at the other end. I don't think it was really a 5-point game, it was probably a 3-point game, but at the end of the day, full marks to St. Brendan's and their management team. They were brilliant. Kevin Cronin, Gavin White, Brian O'Mahony, John C. O'Shea and Dr. Gary Stack. Congratulations to them, fully deserved, and Tralee will have to wait another day.
It is St. Brendan's Day, great win for them, as we mentioned, their 23rd title now. But from a Kerry point of view, you're looking out to your two Kerry schools. Back in the day, this competition would have been aimed more at minors. Now it's aimed at more the under-20s, as it's under-19s, and of course the minors is under-17 now. But taking all that into account, from a Kerry football point of view, how encouraged are by what you saw out there today?
Yeah, definitely. There's a number of players there who showed up very well. We'll never be stuck for a keeper who travels up the pitch anyway, and he didn't require transport either. Ben Quilter from Tralee CBS. He looks like some of the northern keepers, and it's the modern day. In fact, Austin Stack's keeper, Wayne Guthrie, is of similar ilk, so it seems to be a Stack's thing as well. But there's some great performances there. If you look at the Dara Flemings, the Dara O'Callaghan in particular, he's captain Kerry, and he was I think a 2-year, if not a 3-year, 2-year Kerry minor, definitely. Liam Randalls and Killian O'Sullivan, they're fine players. Conor Horn, Heinrich. And you have the likes of Cian McMahon and William Shine on one side, John Cassan and the two Castle Gregory boys, O'Donnell and O'Connell on the other side. So there's a lot of good players there. The problem is, of course, that that players who actually play at this level, do they actually go to and transfer to under 20 and senior level? We're not too sure.
The thoughts there of Murphy. You'll hear more from us maybe in a couple of minutes' time, but we're going to pause now and try and listen in to some of the speech here as Cian McMahon is going to be presented the Mhuiri trophy. And then we'll be hoping here and we'll find the man of the match in today's game. So stay with us.
I'd especially like to congratulate the winners of this year's Tunis Carnivery St. Brendan's College Derby. Commiserations to BCBS. You will be proud of yourselves and the way you represented your school, your families, and your club here today. Congratulations on getting the Munster final. That's a massive achievement in itself, and we really look forward to seeing you in your future career careers. Technology University of Shannon. On behalf of the Munster Post-Primary Schools GA and all the post-primary schools, I'd like to welcome Jimmy Brown of Tunis. Both the Munster GA and Tunis were committed to our students, and we look forward to working with Tunis over the next 3.5 years. I'd like to thank the referee, Chris McGuire, and his officials for a super job within the facility game today. I'd like to thank Kerry County Board and the management and ground staff here at the Fitzgerald Stadium in Army for keeping us clean for such a prestigious final. I'd like to thank the Munster Council for your continued support. I'd like to thank especially Owen Ryan for his ability to run a large programme of 700 games on time. Owen, thanks for your leadership and for your commitment. I'd like to thank Ed Donnelly, Munster GA, for your commitment in ensuring all our followers are kept up to date on social media, through Twitter or website, and thanks a million for the super job you did in today's program. I'd like to thank the hard-working committee who give so much time and expertise making sure that our games are run in such a professional manner. David Fitzgerald, Hugh Flanagan, David Lowe, Mike Nash, and Manley. Thank you. I think this is a very, very important part of this. I'd like to, I suppose, manage the great work that both sets of mentors are doing to promote the game into your schools. Without your dedication, knowledge, and commitment, neither team would be fine here today. And finally, it gives me great pleasure to present this year's Tooth Carnival to Keegan McMahon.
One way shit.
You have enough leave to come over for a few minutes?
No, they can take it. They know that's it.
Okay. William Shine, man of the match, Mhuiri champion. How does that feel?
Oh, I can't explain it. No, it's just class. It's credit to the boys. You know, this award I don't take too much of, but I'm just delighted for the lads. Really, they're just class.
You were underdogs coming into this. How did that kind of rest on your shoulders?
I don't know. I don't think you should ever write off the same. You know, massive footballing tradition, and you know, the green fairness. You know, we knew what we were going to be coming up against, and you know, credit to them. They gave us a great battle, and we were just lucky to come out on top.
Tactics-wise, I suppose, what were you expecting going into today's game?
Well, we know that, you know, I suppose Fisher Stadium is a nice, expansive pitch, you know, and we expected to play our kicking game normally, and, you know, we knew that they'd have bodies at the back, but, you know, we were lucky enough to get the swirling kind of wind with us on our backs in the second half, and, you know, thankfully just, you know, just came out on top, I don't know.
You had a couple of goal chances, they had a couple of goal chances. How does it feel, I suppose, when you don't see them going, you make the chance and it doesn't go in? You managed to keep it going, though, in fairness, but I suppose, how does it feel when you take the shot and it is saved?
Yeah, it can be disheartening, but in a game like this, you know, a point is a massive score. Like, you know, it's the difference in today. You know, I think we only won by, 4 in the end. And, you know, in fairness, 2 keepers were good, in fairness. You know, they weren't shaky at all in kick-outs and everything, but, no, yeah, it's very important to, you know, keep the points ticking over, especially on a day like today.
And you repeated the leaving cert, especially for a day like today. How much was it worth it after seeing what happened out there?
I don't know that I repeat the leaving cert, especially for this, but I'd say my mother would disagree with that. But no, it's class. No, it's just brilliant. I'm just delighted. Yeah.
Going on now, playing All-Ireland semi-final, how are you feeling about that? How do you want to take the next step to go on and win the All-Ireland?
We haven't even thought about it yet. You know, our only focus was the game today. I couldn't even tell you who we're playing, to be honest. But you know, we'll do another nice block of training, and, you know, we'll see. We'll take every game as it comes.
Brilliant. Thanks, William. Best of luck in the semi-final.